I'm winning. Thank you.
Bro, what club is Physio
I
Room?
refuse to play this game.
You know
now.
what?
I am the champion.
No, let's go. No, I agree with Alpy. Let's go sudden death.
Piss me off.
Oi, boys. I'll put together one more. And that's a sudden death one.
Yeah, go on.
Whoever wins that one wins the
I'm
lot.
out for everyone. I don't give a fuck. Sudden
Yeah,
death, no sudden death. I'm out.
Fuck off.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to episode 11 of the Off the Ball podcast. Change of scenery for today. We do have the usual suspects in Oogie, Alpy, but we do have somebody new on the show today for the first time.
Welcome, Kez.
Kez, welcome. Kez is one of the footy boys, has a lot of knowledge. Fortunately, a Liverpool fan as well. So, welcome to the show, Kez. I'm keen to hear your opinions on some of the games that we've had in the past weekend. So, we are going to do the opposite rather than discussing some of the earlier games. We're going to go and jump straight into the biggest game of the weekend, which was Liverpool Chelsea.
What? Liverpool Chelsea?
Sorry, that's the second biggest game.
Liverpool and
Arsenal,
a mid-table
Bournemouth.
team. Who cares?
Bit of a mini league between City and Liverpool, so we have to discuss those.
A bit of a mini league between Liverpool and Chelsea for fourth place. That's what it really is.
So
best to talk about who's going to make top four this year, huh?
The way I'm thinking about doing this is I'm going to just run through some basic stats from the game. Then I'm going to jump to Oogie to get his POV on the game. And then after that, we're going to jump to Kez. And then obviously Alpy's opinion doesn't matter, so we're going to skip that.
Did all three of you watch the game?
Yes.
Live?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Fuck, this is the first time we've got people that have actually watched games on the podcast. Because Riad doesn't watch games, and Berkz definitely doesn't watch games. Berkz messaged us. Well, he fell asleep in the second minute of the Chelsea
And he got up at 72nd minute. He got up.
And he woke up at the 72nd minute. Yeah. So this one is a legitimate pod of people that actually watch games, know what they're talking about. This one's going to be good. So enjoy this one.
And then come on Monday morning to work, just completely exhausted.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is a bit of
zombie.
future thing, but Arsenal-Liverpool is also a Monday morning game. Can't wait.
Okay.
But don't worry about that for now. Yeah, go.
So I'm going to run through some basic stats. Possession-wise,
Start
it
with
was...
the main one.
Yeah, possession-wise.
Who won?
So
Who won? Start with the main one.
Obviously, the
What was
better team
score
won. The
and
better
who
team won. 2-1 to Liverpool.
First second fraud me. I want to make sure
he was going to say the better team didn't win.
Of course.
That's what he was going to say.
but
This
then
is
this
going to be
guy's
so
fraud,
good.
But that's why I'm keen to hear his diluted views first,
Diluted.
and then Kez. So it was 42.
2-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah, 2-1 to Liverpool. 42.5% possession to Liverpool to Chelsea's 57.5
Anfield.
at Anfield.
Jeez.
9 shots to 12 to Chelsea. However, shots on target is 5-2 to Liverpool.
Did
Corners-
Palmer have any shots on target?
No, he did.
Yeah.
He did, but it was blocked
Yeah, he did.
by Jones.
The ghost. The
Corners
ghost of Anfield.
1-5 to Liverpool, and tackles 25-11 in Liverpool's favour.
Fuck
So
about tackles.
double the
Wow.
amount of tackles.
Wow, defensive work.
Chelsea just
Some
didn't want
interesting stats that you won't actually see.
It's easy when you guys just park the bus and just try and counter the mighty Liverpool. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
These are the interesting stats that you're not going to see anywhere that I did some research on. So 9 shots is what Liverpool recorded. That's the fewest at Anfield since 2021.
Against who?
Anyone.
I don't know against who exactly, but fewest since 2021
Who?
at
Against
Anfield.
who?
Maybe pull that up.
Chelsea also had more touches in the penalty box than any team in a couple of years at Anfield.
How many touches?
Don't know exactly.
The wind of gust.
And pass completion of 88%.
Was it a full moon at least?
It was a full moon.
If it was
red
a full
one
moon,
too.
we actually might get a penalty at Anfield once if it was a full moon. But
Gotta be in
that's.
our box to get that.
So Alpy actually,
Did you just hear the stats? We were camping in your box.
I was talking to Alpy, and Alpy basically
Right.
said there needed to be 3 penalties in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
Yeah, I firmly believe there was 3 penalties in that game.
Oogie, what were your thoughts on the lineups, the game itself,
Well,
the result, everything?
Well, the most surprising thing was actually Reece James and Lavia starting.
Yep.
It's good seeing Reece James back on the field after 10 months. and putting a defensive masterclass on for the 50 minutes he did play was actually enjoyable to watch.
Masterclass, Reece James.
Which part is it? The one where he got
When he fell over.
That's normal. That's
took
normal.
a little dive.
Yeah.
He actually played really well, honestly.
I don't know,
For
man.
for not playing for 10 months.
Yeah,
Defensively,
yeah,
he was
First game back,
First game back.
he did really well.
for,
it's
obviously he couldn't get
But-
forward and overlap Noni. He didn't.
It's not the normal Reece James.
Nah. It's honestly that version of Reece James is already better than Ben White. So let's just call spade a spade. Yeah.
He did the basics well. He did the basics well.
Everyone's attacking me. I'm gonna just attack Alpy.
For no reason. For no reason.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a good one of good football chat. And it was already trying to deflect.
No. All jokes aside,
Start from the start.
we set up really well. Honestly, the first half, I was like, what
The first 30 minutes, you guys looked
I was
really
like,
good.
what the fuck is going on? We actually dominating possession. I was more impressed with Liverpool being able to sit back and pretty much just let us have the ball. You guys sat back, not low block, but you sat back deeper than I've ever seen you under Klopp, because you guys just never sat back under Klopp.
At Anfield, anyway.
And yeah, especially at Anfield, you absorb the pressure. I don't know if it's partly of Maresca ball, the way we were playing, because we were playing really well. The ball's through. We just couldn't fucking finish. That's the story of our lives. Curtis Jones stepped up massively. You can tell as soon as the game started, he was ready to play. He's like,
50-50s into
Is
everything.
he an actual generational talent?
Nah, he's old.
Jones,
How old is he now?
he's gotta
24?
No.
he's got to be up.
How old is he?
He's a generational talent.
How
I mean,
old is
if
he?
you look at
gotta
Palmer
be
and you look at Jones.
Oh, that's his first time I've ever heard Curtis Jones play a good game. Let's be honest.
Are you spewing Palmer didn't play?
Honestly, I reckon. Look, it's his first time in a Chelsea shirt that he had a quiet game. But if you're going to be a world, a world beater, you got to start producing against Liverpool. But this is his second game in, so
It was so weird because I was saying to Oogie, the one thing I remember, it was actually Jones trying to mark him and he did a Cruyff and it completely took Jones out of the game and started
I was like,
driving
he's
towards
on.
the box.
Yeah, and I'm like,
That was literally the only time
and
where
the
in his head he started striding forward and opening things up.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
you see that like every game week, but this game week,
I think
nothing.
because Caicedo and Lavia was sitting back deep. Usually when it's just Caicedo, he'll come in deep, grab the ball, start distributing. Because Lavia was there, I reckon he just tried to stay up more. I don't know. He just looked off from the start. But let's go back to Lavia. You called it. What a player.
Yeah, love his gun.
I think it was 4 out of 4 duels he won. He made 22 out of 23 passes. He looked so calm on the ball. For a kid that just turned 20, to play the way he played was ridiculous.
Stats aside, just general football. Like
Yeah.
he's a footballer. You can tell he's a talented boy.
He played really well. But you know what? I'm glad we proved that Graham Birch, out of the 3, is the 3rd best CDM. But that's the positives we can take out of it. Other than that,
But that was the tactic, go to man with him and most other players, and that's why we decided to go long to Salah and Gusto. That was the one-on-one battle. We were hoping he would hold it up and then play others in.
nah. But look, like I said to you, you sat back, you absorbed the pressure, you countered. Every time you countered, you guys looked dangerous.
But it's funny, we sat back and we wanted to bait the press.
Yes.
But you guys weren't interested. Cole Palmer was just like, cool, you just have it. And it was like,
it was a
what do we
tactical
do?
game. It was honestly because usually Palmer would press. He'd come up if it was against anyone else. If you're sitting back, he'd press along with Noni and Jackson. But it was like when you guys had the ball, we'd sit back, and then when we'd want to counter, we'd come across counter. So it was a very tactical game. I don't know. It just proves that you don't need 3 years to change a team. The way we play, the players.
Here we go, United dig.
But it's true. It's
Proof's
true.
in the pudding. In 7-8 games, we look already miles better than what we did last year, and we have majority of the same players, other than barring injury, obviously. But we look.
The players you do have are like it's $1.5 billion worth of talent. So
Well,
like it's
technically,
natural, like
Generational talent.
yeah, it's natural that when someone
To not be able to get it going, you must be really bad at coaching.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like to not
Well-
get those players playing.
Well, every coach that we've had since then is obviously they had no idea. Potter, Poch, Lampard.
Maresca's been a difference for you.
Maresca's been really good. The way he even talks, he's very cutthroat, and he's only been 7 games in. We'll see. There's no, we haven't had any serious where we're like, oh fuck, we look beat.
Because this was the
Okay.
first test, and obviously it's fair to say that you failed, and then
Yeah.
your upcoming fixtures aren't too kind either. So you don't know. I mean, it's a small sample size so far. It's been good. One little blip. However, I'm keen to see how he sort of keeps developing as he keeps
I'm really
coaching his
impressed
squad.
with Liverpool though.
Who are you playing this? Do you have a
We got
Euro game?
Panathinaikos, but that's our obviously that's in Greece.
B
And,
team.
yeah, it'll be our B team. Jet will start that game. Score bang a hat trick.
It was at the Emirates today.
Of course, he's
The
going to
Jet.
look. He played a Shakhtar his whole
You know
life.
what I mean?
Obviously.
You guys are paying. You guys are paying Sterling and Mudryk a combined 500,000 to come be at the Emirates for the Champions League.
Sterling's an operative. He's done really well at Arsenal. How good is he at Arsenal?
Yeah, bro, the
Mate,
guys,
scintillating.
Yeah, he's
the guys-
unbelievable.
Bro, he's come in. He's enjoying Champions
He's
League
absolutely
football.
rubbish.
Mudryk's there, box seat,
Yeah.
enjoying what could have been.
He's watching Shakhtar and he's like, how the hell did you guys only score one goal, an own goal, and just what a shit game. He's like, lucky I didn't come here.
Let's. That's exactly what he's thinking. Don't worry.
Lucky I didn't come here.
Yeah, no.
Actually, you know what? You guys need an attacker. I don't know how you guys definitely need
Can we get a Liverpool view?
Yeah,
Of
go back.
course. So, like Oud, I actually believe that the game was pretty tactical. I think the game was played between both boxes quite a bit. I think both teams were trying to invite the press. I suppose Vex touched on that in terms of like Chelsea weren't really that interested, but when they did press, I think we were able to actually play through. I think for the first 30 minutes, Chelsea was actually really good. They impressed me, especially at Anfield. But then after that first goal went in around the 30th minute mark, I think Liverpool started to control the game until probably about the 65th, 70th minute. And then Chelsea started to get back into it after it was 2-1. I think for Chelsea, the biggest difference was probably Pedro Neto. I think he made a big difference for us. He actually drove at the Liverpool back four.
Yeah.
He was cutting in. He was going line, right, left.
You can't finish though.
We
He
called
can't
it.
finish
Yeah,
the shit.
we called it before the game started. I said Trent's going to have a much more comfortable time with Sancho because Sancho doesn't have elite pace.
He plays well. Sancho plays well against teams that just sit back.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
We're
He's a tricky customer. Like a few things have changed tactically with Slot. So Trent's having to do less like lung bursting like runs backwards and then having to defend. Like he's got a lot more energy to defend, and it's something they've clearly worked on as well. So I think in terms of like hindsight's great, but I think you would have probably wanted to start with Neto, seeing what, when he did come on, it was just driving, very direct, extremely pacey, and was causing panic amongst that backline.
I don't even think you can say that's hindsight. I think you just look at every game that Liverpool plays where Trent is against a rapid winger.
He has a trouble.
Trent has trouble. So, like, that's definitely a Maresca call. I don't know why, but he's seen whatever he's identified for Sancho to start. If he had started Neto, it might have been a different discussion off the bat because, like you guys said, Neto was probably the most threatening attacker Chelsea had.
I think they
and
didn't
it-
isolate Robbo and Noni enough.
No, yeah, that's
They
what I said as well.
They should have given the ball 90% of the time to Noni. I reckon.
I actually think there was clear intention
Yeah.
from Slot and Liverpool to close that and close Palmer ASAP.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, as soon as Noni got it, bar the one time he skinned Robbo, he actually took him to the byline, cut it back. Bar that chance.
No, that was the one that he cut back to Palmer, and Palmer.
That's what I'm saying. He got to the byline and he cut back.
Yeah, that's on.
But even with Palmer, like you've seen Gakpo busting a gut to get back. You saw Sobbo, you saw Jones closing. Speaking of Jones, I think he was probably best on.
He looked great.
And for Chelsea, you guys need to do everything in your power to keep Lavia fit
Yeah, I think that's why they dragged them off, and he's not in the Conference League team either.
because he makes a difference for you. More than Caicedo. I don't care.
Caicedo had a really good game as well.
I don't care how good he's been playing or whatever. Lavia is the guy to keep fit.
Is it fair to say that despite all the tactics, it's the individual brilliance from Jones that has actually won the game?
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to say that, it's the individual brilliance from Salah, from Jones.
Salah
Like
had
it-
a great game.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not just down to the one player. I just think at this current time, Liverpool have better players than Chelsea.
Because I honestly can't remember the last time Jones had a game like of this magnitude and performed in this way, where he's just taken it by the scruff. Jones is not usually that type of player at all.
How was Jackson
I think-
turning Konate inside out, outside in?
When did he do that?
When he got it at the halfway and then turned him, and then just went straight through him through the middle.
And then?
Oh, he's just unbelievable, bro. He had a
But
great
like,
game.
I'm saying what happened.
I can't remember after that. All I remember, I was dazed when he turned him. I was like, well, where the fuck did he go? I'm like, what? Yeah. Nah, he's
Jackson's actually
So,
looking
can
decent
I-
as well.
he's
ask you,
he's proving to become a really
You
good
guys
striker.
lost. You guys lost, but
Yeah.
you seem to be in pretty high spirits.
Look, you're not going to be. It's not all doom and gloom. We're just getting started, so we're not going to be like we're not going to throw the toys out of the pram straight away. Obviously, we're still fresh into the season. Liverpool have rejuvenated themselves. Obviously, they're the best defense in the league for a reason. The way they set up slots become really good. They've copped 3 goals all year. So
focusing on Chelsea, obviously you've had 2 tests now and you failed them both.
I just don't think City was really. We just didn't have the manpower at the time.
But I mean, City didn't have Rodri. They didn't have any of their players playing either.
Yeah,
it's not like either team.
I think it's a golfing class as well. Like you got cities.
That's what I mean. Like the two big tests you've had.
Yeah,
both have been failed.
I don't count the City game. I reckon this was our first real test. And look,
who do you guys have next?
We got Panathinaikos, and then I'm pretty sure we've got Newcastle at home. I'm pretty sure
that'd be good.
And then we've got Newcastle away at the cup game. So I'm not sure if it could be the other way around. No, we already played.
You got Brighton twice in the cup.
No, it's Newcastle.
No,
we beat Brighton already.
We got Liverpool.
Yeah. Does Liverpool have Brighton twice?
So we got Newcastle twice.
And then you got us.
Look, I don't know past that, but we're just taking it a game at a time.
I think Maresca was.
We'll get to you shortly. Yeah,
Maresca was echoing the same sentiments. He was like, "I'm not happy with the defeat, obviously, but I'm happy with the performance." Like
because
he wasn't. Yeah,
when was the last time? I don't remember the last time we came to Anfield and played the way we did. Even when you guys had fucking Jamie Carragher in the centre back and we had your Lampards, your Terrys, your Drogbas in the Champions League, the semi final. We lost
certainly with McAllister being out and Jota getting injured early on and Nunes having to come on.
Yeah,
I was like,
playing.
These guys have a legitimate chance of actually doing something.
Yeah. I think a lot of it did come down to the players that you guys didn't start. I do want to focus on Salah though. I want to say, is Salah now in the conversations of like Henry and Rooney instead of the comparisons to Hazard? Because he is so far eclipsed Hazard in my opinion as a player, especially Premier League wise.
Premier League wise, yeah.
Is he now
stats
like is he in the Henry Rooney best players of all time in the Premier League conversation, or is he still a level below that?
If he's not and this is as unbiased as I could be, but like if he's not sort of there or thereabouts in that conversation, I don't see another player being there
ever again.
Because I mean, he's done it 8 seasons in a row now,
and he scored 20 plus goals.
Like how much more does he need to do?
I think the least amount of goals and assists he's had is like 27 to get combined in a season or something.
But I've always said it stats wise.
Yeah, his worst year. That's what I mean. The least he's had 27.
Yeah, I've always said it stats wise. He's like Hazard had maybe 3 good, really good seasons. He never had a season where he scored 20 plus goals.
Consistent.
He's smashed you guys so many times.
He's had one good season.
Yeah, and he had one good game when he slapped you guys in Europa League.
He's had one good game.
Anyway,
one good season.
Yeah. Anyway, but stats wise, I reckon always say Salah's going to smash him. In terms of player wise, Salah's just next level. The guy that week in week out proves his point. Like what They said it was a one season wonder. He's backed it continuously. I was the first one to say every time. I'm like, he goes some big games, and then he started proving me wrong, and then he just always Mr. Reliable.
I reckon that's what he sets out to do. He's like, you know what?
I'm going to prove all wrong and take my top off.
Liverpool, Chelsea, I'm proving all wrong. That's it.
But look, his best memory for me in the Premier League of him is him celebrating when Gerrard slipped and Demba scored the goal. That's my favourite memory.
Do you know what was funny? Today when he scored the pen, the commentator, when he scored the pen on the weekend, the commentator's like, and Salah has scored against his old team.
Yeah.
He played like 12 games.
Yeah. What the hell? As if he's saying that. What a dumb thing to say.
I know.
One player that we didn't get to mention for this game was who I thought had a great impact was Nunes. I feel like everything that he did right, except a little scuffle towards the end, what I thought he was going to get sent off. But
I actually thought he
had an amazing impact. Well, link up play, everything, decision making. He was closing people down. He was absolutely unreal. And it's almost like the sub worked. The sub worked in our favour. Like having Jota come off kind of worked in our favour because then Nunes was causing all sorts of issues.
Jota's injured, yeah?
Yeah, shoulder, I think.
Has anything reported come out from that?
I watched the Leipzig press conference. Slots pretty much said it's too early to determine how long he's going to be out for. He couldn't say much. He was very ambiguous about both Chiesa and Jota as well. So
because Chiesa got dropped from the matchday squad, yeah?
Yeah, but he's been injured.
He didn't make it,
I thought he was training last week, wasn't he?
I haven't seen him in
No, he hasn't been in any of the training footage. But he was very ambiguous. He pretty much said, because he hasn't done a pre-season, he's struggling with the intensity of the Premier League.
It makes sense.
but he didn't specify any specific injury or anything like that. I think he's protecting him. So he's definitely injured, but I don't think he wants to say how long for, because then he'll get all this backlash from going, we told you he's injury prone, don't sign him, blah, 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 blah.
So
Yeah.
You'd
fair
sign
enough.
him regardless.
No.
For 10 million.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? But that Sancho penalty.
The Sancho one with Trent, it was definitely a penalty.
I want to go back to the only reason why I brought it up is because last year we had the same shout and you guys got the penalty again. Same thing, penalty on one side, and then we didn't get the penalty. Is the Anfield crowd in some way, shape, or form change the calls?
An influence?
Influence, yes, on the game.
1,000%.
Because that's two years in a row.
1,000%.
I thought the Anfield crowd was a myth.
It is a myth. But with the the decibels,
The
of
atmosphere.
speakers,
So the atmosphere there.
the speakers, the VAR,
the atmosphere.
The VAR's like, oh shit, it's pretty loud in here. Take the fog machines out, quick, act like it's flares.
I think all three were pens. I think
What was the third one?
the Sanchez on Jones.
Collecting him after...
Did anyone say for the actual penalty leading up to it? So just before the penalty, Curtis Jones actually handballed it into his path. Did anyone see that?
But what about the Colwell handball then?
That's the same incident. So
And that's with his hand being like way out.
When was the Colwell handball? I don't remember that.
If you watched the game, you would have remembered.
I remember Curtis Jones handballing it.
Of course you do. Admitting details here.
It was a good game. Like I actually
It was. I enjoyed it.
Sancho done Trent. Sancho created space with Trent, and Trent lunged in, only got the play. 100% a penalty.
I think Sancho didn't have everyone says just because he got dragged off at halftime, he had a bad game. If you actually watch him, he didn't do too bad. But in that moment, you needed pace.
From my
You need injection of
understanding,
pace.
and this is what I was listening to the interpretation as to why they didn't give it. This was like from the commentator. They were looking at two things. Number one, Trent didn't have intent. It was an accident.
that's
And
not
number
a thing.
two, Sancho didn't actually have control of the ball. The ball was going out.
No, Sancho.
So that's why that was their mode of thinking.
Sancho creates space from Trent,
think
and
there's
whether
too many
there's
rules.
intent or not, kicking someone in the box is a penalty.
The rules changed so much that we just don't know the interpretation of the rules anymore.
Intent's not a thing.
Ambiguous.
Yeah.
Like you just
Every
one
week there's a
one
new
week
rule.
That's a pen,
But I think in the moment as well, the referees, because it's such a big game, the referees brick it a little bit and they kind of like have stage fright. They don't know what to.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you there. And I'm surprised you haven't brought up the Tosin Jota clash
What's the point?
because I want to tell you the difference between the two.
There is
that's
no
why.
difference. But both
I'd
are
say
both.
the only different.
No,
Anyway, you go.
both
This
are
is my
last.
opinion.
Both are last men.
But this is my opinion. Can I
Bro,
say
hold
my
on,
opinion?
wait.
Yeah, okay.
Last year in the Champions League, Ben White caught Leroy Sané when he was 10 metres behind him.
Yes.
And you're telling me that he couldn't catch
Yeah, but that's
a
ifs.
stumbling.
Yeah, but
No, because a player running to the ball, trying to control the ball, get the ball under control, go and attack the goal, and a player just sprinting in a straight line.
but you just don't. All right,
That's what I mean. They don't know. So exactly, you want to talk about it? We'll talk about
Yeah.
it. The
I'm gonna
referee
tell
on
you
the
the
field
difference.
gave a yellow card.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah?
of course.
What did VAR say to be like? The referee's fucked up here. Let's turn that into a red card.
Look, I can't comment on VAR. aspect,
Exactly.
but I'm going to tell you the
nothing.
difference between both of them.
They're the same thing, bro.
No.
The ball comes over the
Saliba was
top.
closer. In terms of where the area is where you can get sent off, Saliba was
Bro,
closer.
there's fucking 3 metres in between the two positions.
Tosin and Jota started from our own half.
And where was the foul?
And
Where was the foul?
Tosin wasn't grabbing him. They
Where-
actually
where-
collided, legs collided.
Where was the foul?
A bit further back. It was about 10
No.
metres behind where
No.
Saliba. Yes.
No,
there
10
was a
metres.
difference.
Bro, it was
5 metres.
Bro,
It's
it was
still difference.
less than 5 metres. The position.
And Saliba was
that the
grabbing
foul-
him.
No, bro, he
Yes.
wasn't. Saliba turned.
There was a difference.
Evan Nilsson ran in front of Saliba.
And he was grabbing him.
Saliba's left arm touched his shoulder and their legs collided. That's why they fell. It was the exact same thing.
I don't know.
Bro, it was the exact same thing. The only difference is they said that Colwell can recover and they said Ben White couldn't recover. That's the only difference.
Colwell was a bit further back.
Whoever the defender
I mean,
behind Tosin was.
Ben White was a lot further back than what
Bro,
Colwell
but
was.
a player running at full speed compared to a player trying to run and control a ball, it's two different things. Like you can't be like Ben White can't recover.
consistency.
Consistency, yeah.
The way I saw it was that where the ball was going, where Jota was running and Tosin was running, wasn't a dangerous area. Whereas that one, that Evan Nilsson or wherever had flicked over and Saliba, I think they gave that a red because he's straight on goal. Whereas Jota's going away.
I understand
So
that.
that's why I think
The
that's
ball
why they gave
for-
it. But who the fuck knows what they're doing?
The
man,
ball
in that
for
room.
Jota was curving away. I get it. But you're talking about William Saliba, who's we've seen make countless recovery runs. You're talking about Ben White, who we've seen make countless recovery runs and last man tackles. And you're telling me that Evan Nilsson would have, one, got away from Saliba.
But
Two,
they don't take that
still a
into the
clear-
equation. They
but
don't
this is
take
what I mean.
someone's pace into equation. They call it.
No,
You know what I
only
mean?
go
they
with
Like,
have.
facts.
They have. Bro, they're saying that he can get away from Saliba, control the ball, go one-on-one with Raya without either White or Saliba recovering. Impossible.
Well,
Impossible.
I think they
Still a
just look at it as
goal-scoring
defender
opportunity.
chance of a defender being able to a defender, not a specific defender, and they wouldn't look
Yeah,
at
that'll-
footage of
but
Ben White
it's-
last
it's-
season
no,
and
but
how
it's-
fast
but
he's. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the defenders that they're talking about. They're the ones that are
I
relevant.
know,
but I don't think they're getting into that
Yeah,
level of
exactly.
detail
But
when
they
they're
have to,
explaining
bro.
it.
They
So
can't.
you're telling me
That's just
that
hearsay.
Lewis Dunk and Kyle Walker are the same thing?
No, but they just say
But they won't look at
as a
it that way.
defender.
But they
Yeah.
have to because they
can't.
have to, bro. They have to.
They
Look,
can't because then
no,
then you can
'cause
just be like,
it's
he's
literally-
quicker pace. That you can't. It
it's
gets into-
literally what they've come out and said.
But that's
That's literally what they've said on the referee shows and all that shit. They're talking about that Ben White couldn't. They even brought up a stat saying that Evan Nilsson's top speed was 33 k's.
But I
and
doubt
Ben
they
White's
go to
top
that
speed was
level of
32.
detail in a setting that's not a show.
you
In
have-
the VAR
Yeah, in the
room, they
VAR
wouldn't
room.
go
No,
to
but
that amount of
in the
detail.
VAR room, they see the player committing the foul.
Yeah.
It was definitely a foul. If the referee had pulled out the red card immediately,
it would have been fine.
fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Last man, ball over the top. The referee didn't see anything different on the VAR screen compared to what he saw in real life. Bro, he was fucking 10 meters behind the play. Like
Did it piss you off that you saw thing with the headpiece as well?
No, I'm not that much of a conspiracy theorist. It did make me Howard Webb.
Webb. Yeah.
When the VAR was happening, the camera pans to Howard Webb. He's got an earpiece in and he's
Arsenal fans
messaging.
lost their mind.
He's like minus 10 points to Everton.
When I saw that, I'm like, this is gonna piss Alpy off, right?
No. I'm not that much of a conspiracy theorist. But what I do think is, I find it weird that Howard Webb was at an Arsenal game, which the biggest game of the weekend was the Chelsea-Liverpool game. The second thing I found weird is that he's listening to the referees and the VAR because they've come out and said that he was listening to the VAR.
He's a gaslighter. He'll just agree with whatever he jumps on shows and before the VAR would be like, yeah, look, in my opinion, that would definitely a yellow card. And then when he goes to the VAR opinion, I can see why they went with the red. Yeah, it's definitely a red card.
Yeah.
So he's
Trying to make
just there
everyone
to
happy.
Yeah.
So
But
whatever he says doesn't really
I
matter.
mean, we've completely sidetracked off the Chelsea-Liverpool game. But
Do you wanna-
like I said, if you'd given a red card off the bat, fair enough. I don't think anyone would have said shit.
Yeah.
But because the referee's given a yellow, all right, he's seen everything that's happened, then he's gone to the monitor, seen the exact same fucking thing again, and for some reason changed it to a red when everything is the same. Like nothing's different from what he saw live.
Do you know who changed it? Do you know who was in the VAR?
Jared Gillett, a Liverpool fan.
The Aussie.
Yeah, the boyhood Liverpool fan.
He's an Australian, bro.
He's a Liverpool fan.
Here we go.
He's
Arsenal versus the world.
He's literally come out and said he's a Liverpool fan. Like there's
Good on him.
photos of
Anyway.
him, boyhood Liverpool fan. Like,
Boys,
legitimate photos.
let's move on from Chelsea-Liverpool. This is a perfect game to dive back in because since we're discussing the red card, is there anything else you guys have on the Chelsea-Liverpool game that you want to share before we move on?
Honestly,
I think this was a reality check for Chelsea to say that they're not ready for anything big yet.
no, we just said we're
Well, in
top
that
four's
case,
our.
where would you see them then?
Anything from 4th to 6th, but that's 4th to 6th depending on other teams, not so much
I
Chelsea.
still
Like
think
United?
it's too early to call because Liverpool
Never
didn't.
compare us to United ever again.
Like Liverpool didn't have the most amazing game in the world
but-
either. You know, what I mean? We won, and a lot of games this season we won, but we're nowhere near playing the best football that we're playing.
No,
You know
none
what
of
we're
the big
doing
teams
different?
are.
You know what we're doing different under Slot that we weren't doing with Klopp? If we get a lead, we're not just
You can
fucking
keep it.
Gun ho,
gun-ho, going flat out, trying to score 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Slot's like, all right, 2-1, break us down.
It reminds me of the Barcelona game where you have Milner, Wijnaldum, they're time wasting, holding the ball, going to the corners. They're doing all the right things, and the current Liverpool squad is doing all the right things, being patient, being compact, not committing too much,
Let's
just
hope
being
we
really
do it on
patient.
Monday, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like Team Black on Monday.
He means the Arsenal Liverpool game.
Oh, right.
All right, let's go to the Arsenal.
Let's go to the Bournemouth v Arsenal game.
What a game.
Alpy, lineups, thoughts, and general performance.
General performance not good. But 11 v 11, I was still okay with what was happening. I wasn't happy, but I was okay with it. The midfield three was a little bit random. Marino in the 10 sort of came out of nowhere. Spain played Marino in the 10 during the international break against Serbia. And he looked pretty good, to be honest. But I think when you come to the Premier League and the intensity is a little bit higher, also not knowing the pressing cues and things like that, he looked a little bit out of his depth. But in saying that, I also thought he was one of our better players. Trossard didn't work. Trossard's had a dip in form at the moment. You know, he's struggling a little bit. I think this is the first time where I've watched us play and I'm like, we really miss Odegaard. Because not having Saka to pick up the slack really showed that going forward we are lacking in creativity. But I think the biggest thing what Arsenal haven't had since Odegaard left is we're no longer pinning teams in and we're no longer recycling attacks. So what you'll probably see when he's eventually back is we will be Arsenal again. Because I don't remember the last time where we've had a sustained amount of pressure in a team holding them in their box, whereas with Odegaard, that's all we used to do to nearly every single team we played against.
Going back to your Trossard point, do you think so far from what you've seen of him, is he kind of destined to be an impact sub, or can he really truly nail down a place in this team?
No, I think what we're finding is between Trossard, between Havertz, who else did we have on? And Sterling, they were the front three. They're all low-touch players. They're running behind players. They're not players that want to create.
Yeah.
They're players that want to get the ball. I think Havertz is the one that can receive the ball to feet and do something with it. The other two really look for more. They look for space. They look for Sterling especially, look to run in behind. So with those three in the front and Marino, we didn't have anyone there that was really wanting the ball, especially with Leo out wide. If Leo was playing in 10, it might have been a little bit different. I feel
like when he plays a false nine, he does come to feet and he can link up Trossard, but he gets a bit isolated out wide, I guess.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the pace of a Martinelli or a similar winger to take a player on 1v1. He's a bit more of a tricky one, but I just think we had too many players that were low touch.
Yeah,
that weren't ones that could get the ball, stop the ball, make a pass, get it, receive, and recycle, and just keep things
Is this
flowing.
maybe a trick that was missed by the recruitment team, accounting for the fact that Odegaard will probably not get injured and be fit for the majority of the season? And now you lost him. Obviously, you've lost ESR as well, so you kind of don't have anyone to fill that hole if Odegaard does get injured. Like, is that a bit of a failing on the recruitment side of things?
I said that when we started this, is depth going to be an issue for Arsenal?
I still don't think depth is an issue. I just think we've been hit with a lot of injuries at once. It's not normal to have this many key players out, you know.
Look, it happened to Liverpool, like
two best players, basically.
18 players.
Like take Salah out and take Gravenberch out, and we won't do as well. Nowhere near.
I think the Odegaard fact and the ESR fact, it's very hard to keep Smith Rowe. Like we're seeing him thrive at Fulham. We kept him. 2021 was his breakout season. He looked unbelievable, and then he was just plagued with injuries with us. And I think he wanted consistent football. So how can you keep him and be like, all right, you're our number 10, but you're not coming on unless Odegaard's injured?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't keep a player in that thought process. I think Ethan Nwaneri, he's going to be the natural backup. I don't think Arteta trusts him just yet to play bigger cameos outside
too
of
young,
those.
Too raw.
Is there any
He's
other than
17?
Other than obviously you're the main guys like Saka coming from the youth development? Who else is Arteta bringing into the squad other than that Ethan kid?
Well, Ethan, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Josh Nichols.
But have they been playing or getting integrated into the team?
Lewis-Skelly played this morning in the Champions League.
Yeah, and who came on last 5 minutes or 10 minutes against Bournemouth? Was that Ethan?
Yeah. And we looked at, he came on, I think, with like 15 to go. Yeah. I think he came on 75th or so. And we looked a lot better with him going forward.
Yeah.
He was the one that changed the game against Was it Leicester or Southampton? I can't remember. He was the one that changed the game against Leicester. He looked really good against Leicester as well. I kind of wish you would trust him more, but I also understand that bleeding in a 17-year-old to not kill their confidence if things go wrong. It's a very, very fine balance of giving him game time in good game states.
I think he should just start playing more, give him more chances.
I mean, bro, think about how many 17-year-olds that have come in and made, besides Fabregas, who's unbelievable, that have come in, played every week consistently, and
we're
maintained.
Not saying play every.
This is where Riad will come in and be like, Kobe Mainu!
Came in at 19. You know what I mean? Like, this kid hasn't even signed a professional contract yet.
Yeah.
He's still on an academy contract.
Yeah.
So would you then, I know you said it's too early to talk about it, but would you potentially consider looking at January and maybe bringing someone for that backup to Odegaard role?
You need someone going
potentially?
forward for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, I look at our squad and I'm like, this squad is more than enough to win the Premier League. I look at our squad with injuries, and till the Bournemouth game, we'd been fine.
Yeah.
And we have been plagued with injuries since the start of the season. I had no concerns about anything. I think a big shout out needs to go out to Bournemouth. They played really well. I actually thought they did really, really well, considering, I think, since they've been promoted, I think the record's like...
They put everyone to the sword.
Bro, we've either scored... I think
They
we've
did well
scored
against us
33 against them and conceded 3. Like, it's something ridiculous like that. The last 2 seasons away at Bournemouth have been 4-0 and 3-0.
Yeah, I know. 4-1 and...
No, 4-0. They've never. I don't think they've scored against us at their ground. So I was sort of expecting a comfortable game for us. The red card obviously changes that, but I didn't like the subs he made when we got the red card. I didn't like Sterling coming off. I didn't like.
Yeah, 30-minute thing. You had 5 centre backs, 3 CDMs.
Possibly?
Why doesn't he just put him to the sword? You guys have got a good enough team, but why do you sort of sit back after that? I understand, obviously, with the red card, but Sterling coming off.
The only games we've dropped points are is when we don't have 11 players on.
Do you have a disciplinary issue?
Well, see,
Speaking
I
about
wanted to talk about that, right?
Yeah,
so
give me a second. I'm coming. Keep talking. I've got red cards for you.
Props. Hashtag props.
So we're gonna have. Since Arsenal think the world's against them, we're going to run through his 3 red cards that they copped this year, and we're going to go, is it dark arts or is it deserved red card? So I want to get up.
You know what? I love how so much effort goes into Arsenal.
I just love it when they lose.
This effort doesn't go into any other team. Please tell me more.
United.
No. United's just a battering.
United just shit. Hey, they're not our sponsor, so I'm going to take the sponsorship off. But anyway, keep going. Sorry, I just thought I'll add
I don't know what. I'm bewildered at the moment. I don't know what to do. Like, what is this? Explain, please.
No, because I know you're going to think every red card against you is going to be like, the FA versus Arsenal. Everyone's against us. The world is against us. We're always copping red cards.
Well, let's get Alpy's take on
Yes.
Arsenal's overall discipline.
Yes.
Do you feel like there's a disciplinary issue at all? Like even 5%, 10%?
I mean, you have to consider it being a disciplinary issue. You have to. Like, there's no way you can't. If you want to talk about it, since Arteta's taken over, we've had 19 red cards, which is 5 more. Well, it'd be 20 now. 20 red cards, which is 5 or 6 more than any other team in the league since that time.
13.
Since he's taken over, Tottenham have had 9 red cards. Man City have had 9. Liverpool have had 6. Arsenal 17. Chelsea 11 and United 7. So you can see we're definitely copping the most red cards. I think a lot of it, the Granit Xhaka stuff, a lot of it was an image, and I do think he was red carded a lot easier than other players who may have committed similar fouls. Same thing I think goes for David Luiz. David Luiz copped some ridiculous red cards that, looking back on, you're like, so some are super deserved. I'm not saying that fucking 19 red cards aren't deserved, but I do think Arsenal, for some reason or another, I don't know why, but I do think it's a lot. I think they find it easier to give Arsenal red cards than they do other teams. Like, if you look at the 2 for the delaying the restart, how many delays of restarts have there been? I mean, Grav delayed the restart against Chelsea in the middle of the park. He literally stopped the ball, stopped the free kick from being taken, then kicked the ball away. He didn't even get a yellow card. In the same game that Declan Rice got sent off.
So Declan Rice is not deserved dark cards.
I mean, it's deserved because he delayed the restart, and that's what they're saying they're trying to stop. But what I'm trying to say is there's been so many other instances of that haven't been punished.
Yeah.
Like Sobbo was on a yellow card when he kicked the ball away, and I'm not sure if you guys heard Howard Webb's justification for not giving him a second yellow. He's like, Liverpool were losing 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, so him kicking the ball away means that they're delaying their own restart. Like, it's like, what a stupid justification. If he's delayed the restart, it's a yellow card, apparently. So give him a second yellow, send him off.
What about the one where Caicedo tried to hit it into Szoboszlai twice during the game?
That's what I'm
And the
saying.
rest, like, might play on.
Yeah, like
Oh, bro, he's taking it from the wrong spot to begin with.
But-
He's not even
but-
taking it from the right place.
But they're saying that it's a delay of restart. And now, all of a sudden, the delay of restart is no longer getting yellow cards. Whereas...
But this is the problem. Each ref is
but it's the
calculating
same,
it differently
it's the same
in their own
refs.
interpretation. There's a subjectivity to it.
But it's the same refs.
Yeah.
It's the exact same refs. You know what I mean? Like, apparently Howard Webb had a meeting with all the teams individually and with all the captains individually, telling them what they're going to crack down on this season. But fucking 8 games into the season, Arsenal have copped 3 red cards, which is just fucking ludicrous.
Do you reckon they just don't like Arteta?
I think it might have a thing to it because he's spoken out a lot against refs. He's been fined quite a fair bit for speaking out against the PGMOL.
Because when you're, I've seen this as well. When you're, for example, City get away with a lot of things when they're dominating. Real Madrid get away with a lot of things during the Champions League when they're dominating. Barcelona, let's not talk about Barcelona, but a lot of teams when they're dominating, it sways their way. So sometimes that red card might not be that. And Arsenal, I reckon, not you in particular, but what I reckon with the Arsenal Football Club is a lot of their fans are reacting like the way that they're the team at the moment, but they're just not getting the calls. They're getting...
Well, this is the thing. So I hear what you're saying, but last season, we didn't have a single red card.
Yes.
Not one for the whole season.
You playing unbelievable.
Last season and the season before, we won the PGMOL Fair Play Award.
Yeah.
So
I
what's
changed?
Yeah, I'm saying what's changed. You know, like what's different now that it's so easy to send Arsenal players off? Because no one else has been sent off for delaying a restart. And we see it happen in every single game. Again, multiple times.
Yeah, dude, it is right.
I mean, to me, like, it's easy to discuss what the problem is. But to me, the harder question is, what's the actual solution? Is it scrapping the rule completely? Is it dropping those refs that are not
common sense?
You know what I mean?
Like, no one wants to see a player get sent off for standing in front of a ball or for tapping a ball away fucking half a metre.
So that's what I'm saying. The rule overall is no good. We need to scrap the rule.
Have the rule, absolutely. Just tell the player, move away. If you add time on, like, this is the whole thing. Add some time on.
I think it should be very much like the amount of fouls that you accrue, because you'll see referees gesturing one foul there, one there, one there. That's a yellow because now you've caused 3 fouls. Yep. I think if the referees go, you've delayed time there, this is your last one, bang, yellow.
Yeah, that might be the way to go with it. Yeah. Like, it's, but what they have done in relation to Arsenal only, I find it a little bit crazy.
Yeah,
a little bit crazy.
If you do put into that sort of aspect, you're right.
You know, but outside of that, in terms of the Bournemouth game itself, I do firmly believe Bournemouth ultimately deserve to win. We need to put it in context. It's our first loss in the Premier League since January 1st.
Second.
Crazy.
First.
No, it's on Monday. Another one's going to come.
Honestly, it's been a while since they lost, and I fucking love it.
The first and only.
Fuck, man. I forgot what it felt like.
Yeah, it's also our first away loss in, I think, like 17 games.
Fuck you, Steve.
Like, it's ridiculous.
To me, again, it just goes to illustrate that there's no such thing as an easy run. Every team can beat another team on any given day. Like, a lot of these grounds are tough to go to.
Yeah, like a Liverpool upset Chelsea, you know what I mean? Like,
that's a huge surprise packet.
Hey, I'll tell you stats. We've only beaten you twice since 2021.
I thought it was since 2013 or something.
Well, no, I think the last time we beat you at Anfield, I'm pretty sure was 2021. Someone fact check that.
Yeah, ridiculous. But anyway,
that would have been
COVID year.
COVID.
Yeah. But anyway,
no, it couldn't be COVID. They smashed everyone at Anfield in COVID. That's when they were on their 70, 80
that was our Champions League.
No, that must have been, was it the year?
It was our Champions League, so 2021, 2022 maybe. How they always go for that.
They went on like an 80-game unbeaten run at Anfield. They went like two or 3 seasons. It was like Van Dijk didn't lose.
I'll fact
something ridiculous.
It was definitely like 2 years.
Yeah, it was something crazy like that. During that, around that COVID period it was. But yeah, Bournemouth definitely deserved the win after our red card.
Well, man.
That's what I mean. They played really well.
Semenyo's an absolute beast. He's just different. different gravy.
Yeah, I just think for us at the moment, there's no reason to lose heads. Oh, fucking Steve messaged me.
What are we gonna do?
No, bro, he messaged me.
Panic stations.
He didn't watch the game firstly, and he messages me. He's like, I didn't watch one game and we've lost the league. And I'm like, I didn't even reply to him. I genuinely didn't even reply to him. I'm like, what?
There'll be so many drop points by all the clubs.
Yeah, bro, it's
just
so early. Like, I'm not worried. I'm worried about the fact that we keep going down to 10 men. Like, that worries me. But I'm not worried about our results at the moment.
Greater context-wise, seeing what you've seen against Bournemouth, obviously considering the red card, seeing what you've seen this morning against Shakhtar, do you have any nervousness around the Liverpool game, especially considering some of the absentees from their Arsenal squad at the moment through injury?
Not really nervousness. This team has gotten me to the point where I go into every single game confidently.
Yeah.
And I think that this team deserves fans going into those games confidently, regardless of who's available or not. What happens during the 90 minutes, obviously different story, but I've, for probably the last 2 seasons, I've never gone into a game being like, I'm nervous about this game.
Yeah.
This is how we used to feel like for 10 years. So welcome. Now I feel the opposite. I'm like, I don't know what we're going to get. Especially the last 2 years. I'm like,
Who's coming? Who's going?
I'm actually scared to get up. I'm about to cry.
Imagine being Riad then.
Yeah, Riad, like, that's why I always say Arsenal, I mean, United are just absolutely rubbish. But that feeling of like going to a game, it's like, it's going to be a good game regardless of which way it goes. We're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That feeling as a football fan is second to none.
Enjoy it.
Get up at 3 a.m. and watch them because you're like, fuck.
It's going to be a good game. We could win easily.
Yeah.
Could go anything. It could be drama. Anyway.
Yeah, enjoying the game or not, for me now, regardless of if I enjoy the game or not, I didn't enjoy this game against Shakhtar this morning, but at no point did I think we were going to lose.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable. Yeah,
whether I enjoy the game or not, I'm not going into these games being like, I can't wait to watch scintillating football because I know that's not what I'm going to get. But I'm not going into these games, any game for that fact, being like, oh, I don't know about this one. Even the City game away, at no point did I feel like we were an inferior team or that City had anything above us.
Yeah.
Also, if I fact check myself, we did beat in 2021 1-0. That was the last time we beat Liverpool, and we haven't beaten them since. Look at that record.
Yeah, it was like 2013 or something, bro. I'm telling you.
No, we beat them at Anfield in 2021.
No, before that. I'm saying.
Before that we beat him in 2019,
2018.
Yeah.
Boys, before we get bogged down, do we have anything else to share on the Arsenal-Bournemouth game? Otherwise, we're going to move on to our next game.
No, move on, but hopefully we don't get any more red cards.
Honestly,
I can't handle it.
I'm glad to see Arsenal lose.
Can you imagine a scenario where Arsenal get a red card against Liverpool?
Oh my God.
But I'll tell you what to expect. Like, we're not going to do a match preview or anything like that, I don't think. But expect 4 centre-backs and expect 3 defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
You're sitting
Expect the biggest haram ball possible.
Hey, and wait till I start giving it to your life, because everyone used to give it to my life about parking the bus.
Biggest haram ball.
We've swapped bus.
Bro, that ball is going from Raya to Havertz every single fucking time.
Wait, before you just said
all
Raya.
the way to fucking Havertz.
You said Raya. He got engaged the day before the wedding. Day before the game, and he looked drunk. He gave the ball away a couple of times.
Yeah.
Fumbles.
Was he making babies? You reckon?
No, I reckon he was
just got engaged.
Yeah, love drunk.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna skip to Wolves City. 2-1 win to City. Last minute winner. Through a corner routine.
They have a knack of these.
Did you guys watch the game at all? What are your thoughts?
I watched the last bit. I reckon. Look, in my opinion, that's not a foul. But everyone's got a different opinion to that one.
I don't think it was a foul at all.
No, neither did I. I think the goal should have stood.
I just want to say though, Wolves' first goal, that ball, that was phenomenal. All the way to the back stick.
Mm.
The way to pass.
Everything about it,
far out. Unbelievable. But yeah, I don't think that Bernardo Silva, I don't think there was much of a case with that.
I think my biggest query with that one again is the lino's given offside and the refs disallowed the goal. And then they've gone and looked at it and allowed it. I think that's the biggest hold up with that one. Again, it's the fact that they haven't stuck with their on-field decision, which they said they're going to be doing. There's going to be a higher threshold to overturn an on-field decision. And I don't think you can look at that, be like 100% certain that Bernardo Silva had nothing to do with what Jose Sá was doing. Like that's what I mean. Like you can't look at it and be like, definitely overturn this.
I think that, but they have to use VAR now. It's there now. It's a part of the game. Even the on-field, like do you ever see the ref ever not listen to VAR? It's very rare for him to go to the stand and listen to him and be like, nah, I'm going to stick to my on-field decision.
That's what I mean. Like it's like they ref the game in real time, but then when they go they always go against whatever they do.
Are we seeing like Gary Neal clutching at straws a little bit? Because again, it's another defeat. He is under pressure. Let's be honest. If you are the owner of Wolves, you're looking at the results and you're going, I get that you've had a tough start, but you've pretty much lost every single one. So it is a bit tetchy for him at the moment. Yeah. Don't know how safe he's feeling. Is he grasping at straws after another defeat, or does he have a valid point regarding the decision? Because he did bring back the West Ham similar incident where they had a goal chalked off. So does he have a point ultimately, or is it does he need to look within and his own team and produce better performances at the end of the day, and maybe defend his set pieces a lot better?
I mean, that 100%. Obviously, like the first place you need to look is in your own camp. Yeah. Your players, your squad, your management, all that sort of stuff. But I don't think what he said was. I actually don't think what he said was wrong. I think it's a fair point. I think we've seen in the past countless times that decisions do tend to go the way of the bigger team as opposed to the smaller team. I don't think anyone will deny that. Do any of you guys reckon I'm wrong in saying that?
No, it's all right.
No,
it does
always does.
Yeah, it does favour the bigger team. So I feel
that's why as a smaller club, they always feel hard done by. Like Bournemouth got done last year. How many times to VAR? Wolves are getting done
every second or third week. Wolves are getting done,
and they're actually playing good football.
Yeah.
Except against us.
Yeah, except that one.
I wish Riad was here. But yeah, no, I personally, I don't think what he said was wrong.
Yeah.
I think obviously behind closed doors, he's looking at his own squad. He's looking at everything that they're doing. But I don't think there's anything wrong with public. Well, bro, why can't you say anything against the referee?
Look, if I was a City fan, I'll tell him to suck it, to be honest with you.
Obviously. But it went in your favour. Yeah, it went in your favour.
Mate, defend it well. It is what it is. Get another player to come defend Bernardo.
But then you're keeping everyone onside then.
Yeah, but he had nothing to do with it. If he's pushing the keeper, because they initially said that he was interfering with the keeper, he pushed the keeper. Get someone to come drag him out.
Yeah. I mean, I would have, because I don't obviously remember, but I would have been interested to see a minute or two before the corner was given what phases of play were occurring. Like, could they have kept the ball? Could they have time wasted? And then you're not even talking about this anymore.
Did you see the foul?
Which foul?
So the immediate play before City won the corner, I got to refresh my memory now. A Wolves player was carrying the ball through the middle of the park.
Yep.
The City player came in, tackled him from behind and put both hands in his back to push him out of the way, and the referee didn't call a foul. I'll need to... I have to watch it because
we had a similar incident against Chelsea where Nunes went shoulder to shoulder, then they went down the other side. They could have scored that, and it would have been a legitimate goal. But
that shoulder to shoulder wasn't a foul. Firstly,
no, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't.
But this one was. It might have been Cunha that was carrying the ball. I can't remember exactly, but a Wolves player was literally carrying the ball through the middle of the park, and the City players come in from behind, tackled him, put both hands into his back to push him out of the way. It was Matthias Nunes, that pushed him.
Yeah.
And he didn't give a free kick. Like, it was the most blatant tackle from behind. He didn't win the ball. He didn't do nothing. He just literally just barged the player out of the way. And that would have then been a free kick to Wolves, which means City doesn't go down the other end and get the corner.
I mean, that's my point, though. Should Cunha be bursting through? Should he just be recycling it and just seeing the game out?
When I say bursting through...
or are they desperate for a win? Or is that the philosophy that they actually want to win?
It was a loose ball which he picked up. Yep. And he had no option. Like, it wasn't a ball where he was under control and he tried to dribble past players. It was just a ball he picked up and he just continued with his momentum to run. But he was clear through, bro. Like, he was gone.
Okay. So it's like risk management. It's like you do go for it, but if you do get dispossessed, whether that's through a foul or not, there is a chance that they'll rob you and score down the other or get a corner that will lead to a goal.
It was 100% a foul.
Yeah.
100%. From the fouls that we've seen, it was definitely a foul.
Interesting point that I picked up watching the game is it's another game where Haaland was completely absent from the game. Like, he's getting to a point now where he's not even peppering the goal anymore and the keeper's saving it. Like, he's actually not involved at all.
I reckon they'll change once you get Kevin De Bruyne back.
Is it the fact that he struggles with low block teams? He likes a little bit of space
Probably
to
doesn't
run in
have that
behind.
space, yeah.
Yeah.
That
He's-
and also
he's got
there's
no
no
space.
creativity behind them at the moment, even though they've got heaps of players that can create it. But the main guys, Kevin De Bruyne, he doesn't get it to his feet anymore. Like I've seen some. I watched a little bit of the game.
And they're
Yeah.
pinging Savio and Doku or Grealish out wide,
Exactly.
Who wanna
whipping
cut
balls in, and there's already like 2-3 players on Haaland.
Yeah.
It's like Gundogan's not going to win a header.
Yeah.
Or not many anyway. Foden's not going to be winning there. Mateus Nunes isn't. Kovacic isn't.
So he's sort of isolated up top
Yeah.
without getting those crazy balls in. It's pretty much like I'm not giving Kai Havertz shit, but without Saka and Odegaard, he doesn't get those clear-cut chances that he usually gets where it falls to his feet and he's right in front of goals where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck, I can just put this away.
Yeah.
Where when Kevin De Bruyne is there, he gets these ridiculous balls in and he's one-on-one, bang, he just taps it in. Always back post or, comes in, header, cross. So he doesn't have that many, obviously without his creativity, he doesn't have that much chances to put him through. He does, and once he does get the chance, he puts it away.
Yeah.
And Foden's not creating anything at the moment this year.
Yeah, he's been pretty ordinary, to be
Been
honest.
pretty poor, yeah.
I just want to say with Wolves, they should have actually been 2 up. Did you guys see Semedo's missed chance? He went clean through 1-on-1 and then took an extra touch.
Yeah, and
Guardiola got back. Edison came out. Like,
Guardiola, what a goal. Fucking what a player.
What a centre back playing left back.
left back.
He's been banging him in like left, right and
he's
centre.
got like 4 goals this
Boyhood
season.
Liverpool fan, but not when it comes to paycheck.
Wow, man.
I mean, people forget that he's a 90 million left back, centre back.
That's true too.
Not 90 million. Like,
But his finishes,
yeah, unbelievable. Yeah,
and he's he's
unbelievable. He scored
genuinely.
against Arsenal as well. Like, it was the most perfect finish.
Oh, he's been unreal, man.
I still can't forget Messi absolutely turning him inside out.
That was before he signed for City, yeah?
Before he signed for City.
Yeah. All right, well,
Messi, the best
boys,
player in the world.
let's wrap up with that game. I've got one more big game that I want to discuss. Well, big, but not really, kind of both mid-table teams. United Brentford. United finally picking up 3 points.
I know. Bro, we said this as well last time. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Riyad is never here when United get a victory. He's only here when they shit.
I'm going to look. This is my opinion on United. I actually don't give a flying fuck about United.
Yeah,
so
I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the highlights. I didn't watch anything to do with United because I do not give a single flying
They
fuck about
played.
United.
They played shit again first half.
that was shocking first half, bro.
And Riyad goes. They were unbelievable.
Second half, he said.
No,
To me, he said anyway.
To me, he said 90 minutes they dominated.
They dominated.
And then second half, he goes, they played like the way he explained it. They played like prime Barcelona, but they played okay. They got the result.
They played better.
Yeah, they played
Like
better.
first half, like they may as well
What,
just sat
but
in
better
the
than
fucking sheds.
the six-tuple winning Barcelona.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but special shout out to Riad. You guys are still shit, regardless.
No one gives a fuck about you on this
Yeah.
table.
The only thing I want to say about United, though, is Hoyland
Yeah,
looks like the only player in that team that wants to win a fucking 50-50.
Yeah,
he does look good. I'm not gonna.
yeah, I agree on that.
Like everyone else is like, oh fuck, someone else get it. You know what I mean? He's the only one that's fucking getting stuck in. He's
Rearing
like
in,
working.
yeah.
It means something to him. You know what I mean? It's
Veki, run us through it, bro. Because, like I said, I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the highlights.
No, honestly, all I cared about, because I had a bet going for that game, I had Ryan Bumo to score an assist any time, and that literally happened like almost immediately, and I was like, love it. From then on, I honestly did not care about the game. I actually had United to win. But yeah,
they did win, 2-1.
2-1.
2-1 they won, yeah. So
Who scored?
Hoyland definitely scored one.
Oh, the Bruno flick, wasn't it?
Oh, the Bruno flick. That
yeah.
was nice.
and
That was very
Kinnock scored a nice header when DeLitt was off.
Who?
Kinnock for
Oh, yeah.
Brentford.
Mm.
And that was that
yes.
controversy when DeLitt was off and his head was bleeding. The medical teams
That's-
put him on. And
You wouldn't blame the ref for that. You blame the United
team,
medical
bro.
staff.
Your doctor
Yeah.
or whoever
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Riyad was
ridiculous.
saying he was blaming the ref at one stage from memory, but it was
Well, it's-
definitely the United medical staff.
The player comes off.
Strap his head.
Yeah, strap his head or sub him.
Yeah.
And get a player on. Like, it's nothing to do with the ref.
Yeah.
Can't blame the ref for that one. But yeah, Pinnock's goal was really nice. That header was.
Yeah,
that header was
Garnacho was the other goal scorer.
He's been playing well. I give him a lot of shit. He's actually last couple of games he's been okay. When I mean well, to United standard well. So when I say well, I'm not talking about like Salah well, you know what I mean, or like any of these really really good wingers. I'm talking
Better than what
United
he was
level.
doing.
United level well. Like,
Can you guys have obviously spoken to Riyad? Can you guys actually give us what Riyad said?
They're winning the league.
I haven't spoken to him.
First half we were shit. This is what he was telling me on Monday night.
Yeah.
First half they were shit, and second half fucking like champagne football.
Is that? Did you watch the game?
I watched like the mini match. First half, Brentford, it was just one way traffic, bro. Like United were all over the shop. Second half, United actually started to play a bit better. They started to gel a bit. Rashford actually did all right, surprisingly. I don't know if he's finding form or not, but I struggle to watch full United games. I mean,
He's definitely picking up form, but like he's doing this weird thing where he's like subbing him early and like, dude, like let him pick up the momentum. Clearly, he hasn't completely broken out of the rut, but you need to let him develop that pattern of consistent good play, and he's just not letting him have that chance for whatever reason. And he's saying it's rotation, but I don't know if it is. Like, let him catch onto the wave that he's riding. Let him keep riding it. Don't take him out. You know what I mean? Same, like, let's say, for example, with Jones, same thing. Like, keep play him against Arsenal. You know, like give Sob a rest. Like, let him pick up some form. But yeah, he just keeps interrupting. But yeah, he's definitely picked up form. And yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't last long.
Was it a deserved win for United?
I think in the scheme of things, yeah, but Brentford potentially could have scored a second, in the first half, and then who knows how United would have reacted. Yeah. It was a good finish by Garnacho, ripper ball from Rashford. But yeah, honestly, from what I saw, I do think United probably deserved to win, but
I'm glad you're on today.
Fuck, like, I don't know. United don't look good, man.
Yeah.
And what is it?
No, it's a new system.
But you know what I'm really proud of United for? Sticking to the plan.
Please.
Bit of a
sorry, Eric Ten Hag, when he first signed for the first year of United, no one told him, like, if you got a PR team, you tell them, please is not thank you. Yeah. He thought thank you was please. So every time every time he's talking at an interview and they're like, oh, look, thanks, Eric Ten Hag, he'd be like, please. What a rubbish manager with a rubbish football club. Anyway.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. Boys, anything else on the United game?
No, not really.
The only other game to mentioning was the Tottenham West Ham game.
Who cares?
A 4-1 win to Tottenham.
Good win.
Kind of expected, to be honest, with West Ham had their travelling.
Big game this weekend, United West Ham.
Massive game. Two stragglers.
Let's see what happens with that one.
So, fresh segment. We're gonna, because we've had a few games in the Prem now, we're gonna do personal top 5 players in form, according to your opinion, and personal top 5 players out of form, according to opinion.
I love that he's got the list.
We're going to start with in-form players, and this is in no particular order. If you want to do it in order, go for it. If you don't, just shout out the names. Well, I'm going to start from my left, and I'm going to go to Oogie. Personal top 5 players in form.
This is in my opinion, guys, so don't lose your mind here. I'll start off with Danny Welbeck.
Interesting. Nice.
He's an informed player. He's been scoring. I think he's on 5 goals, 1 assist. So I really did my research for the first time ever in this podcast.
Just to note, that's equaled his tally from the entirety of last season.
It's fair to say then that United fucked up by letting him go.
Nah, he played everywhere
so
else.
long ago, bro. So long ago. I mean?
United.
Fair. So what you got?
I got 5. Yep, I got Welbeck. I got Mbumo.
In booms.
Yeah,
Mbumo. Like, I'm just talking form-wise. He's been fantastic. 2-minute man. Guy scores every 2 minutes. Start of every game. And then I'll put Saka. I hate to say it, but he's been unreal this year. 2 goals, 7 assists. Hopefully he comes back from injury and just starts. Well, you always want to see a good player play. Fuck him anyway, but... I hate saying it, but no, he's been fantastic. I've got to put all the bias aside. Salah's been he's honestly, the last 2 games he's been playing really well. He started really well. He had a couple of games where he didn't do much, but he still ended up scoring or assisting, or he does something. He's always creating. He's always dangerous, and he fucking ruined us. So Palmer, other than this Liverpool game, his form's been very hot. And I just want to do a special shout out to 2 players, Raya and Jackson, for form. That's it. I did 7. But I just want to add, form-wise, Raya for being one of the best keepers in the Premier League, and Jackson for proving Alpy wrong every week.
Out of your 7 that you just picked, you named 6 attackers and 1 keeper.
Yeah, fuck, what am I going to put defenders? I don't care, bro. It's all about attack.
No City players either.
It's interesting. No. It's an interesting
Not a single one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not a City.
Yeah, no City players.
Because I'm sick of City, bro, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
I love them. Like, you can just put the whole 11 all the time. So
Not really. They've been pretty average.
this year they have. Yeah, right. But fuck City. I love City, but don't.
Alpy, let's go with your top 5.
All right, so I got Morgan Rogers at 5.
Shout.
I had him as well.
I like
Villa,
him.
really, really good. I've got Salah in at 4th.
Yep.
Raya at 3rd.
Yep.
Luis Diaz at 2nd. And
Yep.
Bukayo Saka at 1.
Nice.
So like all Arsenal.
No. I didn't have Raya. I had Palmer. I just changed it now to piss all off. I had Palmer 3rd, not Raya.
I was going to say Luis Diaz hasn't started the last 2 games.
But we're talking about the first 8 games here.
He has started.
Luis Diaz has been Liverpool's
started.
best player.
He has started looking
in my
out
opinion, anyway. That's what I think. I know everyone says Grav and stuff, but yeah, I think the hardest thing to do is put the ball in the net.
Back in that, yeah.
Yeah. So I think this does heavily lean towards players. I had honourable mentions as well. I had Johnson at Spurs.
Yep.
I had Welbeck and I had Mbeumo.
And John Stones, actually, I forgot about that. The guy's been scoring last couple of games.
That doesn't mean he's in form though. It just means he's getting fluky
On the
fucking
end of
goals.
things.
Yeah.
He was really... Anyway.
Kez?
For another time.
So my top 5, I went with Haaland. I think it's hard to disagree.
10 goals.
10 goals, 8 games, 7 games, whatever. I went Guardiola
Good shout.
because of what he's been doing and like the goals he's been scoring. He's been solid defensively, giving City a bit of, I guess, something different. Grav for what he's done for Liverpool. Obviously, it's been pretty apparent that we've been lacking a 6, and I think he's filled that void up till now quite well. I went Gabriel from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Great hairline.
He's fixed that.
Fuck, I love
It's
it.
$1 million.
Now everyone's starting to see what I said about Gabriel being our best defender.
I actually picked him over Saliba because he's actually been getting on the end of a lot of set pieces as well. So he's actually scoring. So he's having an impact both ends of the ground.
Yep.
Whereas Saliba hasn't been, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I put him in because, especially as a defender, like hard to come by goals. And then I went with Noni Madueke because I think he's had a ripper start to the year.
Yeah, he looks a lot better. He just needs to...
He's not the finished product, but I think compared to last year and what he was offering last year, I think he's come leaps and bounds. And I had Rodgers, but I took him out.
I still think he's too selfish.
Madueke?
Yeah. He just needs to...
Yeah.
If he just changes that...
Yeah, he just needs to pass a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whiz through mine quickly. I had Mbeumo, Palmer, Gabriel as well. Set pieces, unreal. Like every single time Arsenal go for a corner, like it looks like they're gonna score.
It's like
literally.
He's got straight teeth as well.
I couldn't pick between for Liverpool. There was Diaz, Gravenberch, and VVD. I couldn't pick between them. You can pick any of them.
Yeah.
And Saka, absolutely. Saka has to be mentioned in there. Unreal. So those were my sort of 5.
Yeah. I think I went all attackers, but like I said, Diaz and Grav probably 2 standout players in my opinion. Rogers has been really
unreal.
good too.
Anyone that kind of nobody mentioned that you think is a decent shout at all?
Oh, I mean, there's plenty of players that have been playing probably above their natural levels. You look at Johan, what's the striker at Duran? You look at Duran,
yeah.
You
Ridiculous.
look at Chris Wood at the
Michael
moment.
Keane,
Brendan
for
Johnson?
Everton.
Yeah,
He's been scoring a
Brendan
few.
Johnson, I mentioned, like honourable mention. Like there definitely are players, but I think the ones that we've mostly listed are game changers.
Yeah,
in
100%.
the times that matter.
Let's flip the switch and go to top 5 players out of form or having underwhelming seasons. We'll once again start with Oogie. Paper rustling.
I love that he's got paper lists.
From Domino's.
In a world of technology, the guy still writes a paper list. I love it.
This is no particular order, but shout out to Berkz, his favourite player, Gordon. He's been very underwhelming this year, maybe because of injuries or the way Newcastle play. He's only on 2 goals, 0 assists. He's done every time I've watched him, he's missed a penalty or he hasn't looked really
He's one
effective.
penalty against Everton.
No, I think it's his second penalty.
I think he's probably been their best player for
I just
Newcastle.
think
Like they're not great, but he's
I
been
think so.
the one
I think he's really
making things
underwhelming.
happen out of anyone.
I don't know. I just think I expect
hasn't had the end product this year.
Yeah, I don't think he's been amazing, but I don't think he's been underwhelming either. He's just kind of like okay.
Yeah.
because everyone talks about him in England. He's going to be, he should be starting. He's going to be the new guy, the new man. And when I watch him, he's all right. He creates chances, but he's just not that.
The end product's not there.
Yeah, he's just not that guy. You know what I mean? Eze.
Yep.
The guy scored one. He's had 33 shots on target. He scored 1 goal, and that's against us, and it cost us the game.
33 on target.
33 shots this year. I don't know if it's on target or not, but he's had 33 shots. That's a stat, and he's scored 1 goal.
You probably would have scored
And that
more
was
if they were
against
on
us.
target. So
Yeah, I'd
they're
say
definitely off target.
Well, yes. I'm going to put Slobosai.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say. Is that how you say his name?
Szoboszlai, yeah.
He's been very underwhelming this
Yeah.
year. I reckon from last year, me scoring goals. Fuck, he scored a couple of bangers against us. And then I was going to put number 4. I was going to put Bruno, obviously, because everyone rates him so highly. He's on so much money. But I decided to change.
Who rates him?
Riad rates him so highly. But I've decided to change it as Manchester United as a team.
Brilliant.
So I've taken Bruno out from 4,
I
and
love that.
4 and 5 is just Manchester United as a team. Very underwhelming and very overrated as a club.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
Good list, that.
That's brilliant. I love that.
Alpy, did you want to hit
He's
us
got
with
one
your
more.
list? Oh, do you?
No, that's it. Now 4
That's
and 5 is them. Bruno
United.
and United.
Manchester 4,
okay.
United 5.
Okay. I have Isaac.
Yep.
I have Bowen.
Yep.
Eze, Szoboszlai, and McGinn.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
these are more so the players. When I was looking at it, I was like, which players do I look at? And I think this is quality. And I'm looking at them this season being like,
Where are you?
I'm not seeing it. Like these players all have exceptional talent, their levels and, through the roof. Like Isaac, McGinn, these are players that you can rely on, and I'm not
Should
seeing
we
it.
be expecting more from players such as Eze and West Ham, considering how bad their actual teams are struggling? So Bowen at West Ham and Eze at Crystal Palace. For John McGinn, I think it's a different story because his team is actually playing well. They've got things going for them. They've got a great coach. They're up there in the league. They're playing well in the Champions League. So should we be judging the players that are in teams that aren't playing well differently to John McGinn, let's say?
The players I looked at who do I look at, and as I said, I think are just exceptional players, individual talent wise, and who aren't doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Isaac.
that's what I
disappointing
looked
this
at.
year. Well, other than him having a couple of weeks off with a broken toe, but he's generally been really bad this year. Isaac.
I'm not seeing the same run. I'm not seeing him take on players. I'm not seeing the lethal finisher. I'm not seeing the guy on the shoulder trying to run him behind. Like, I'm not seeing everything that I did see from him.
The only one that I feel harsh about in your list is Isaac because he's had injury problems. He hasn't really been playing.
He's had a broken
That
toe,
much.
but he's missed, I think, 2 or 3 games,
Yeah.
which I understand. But for me, like as I said, Isaac was the only striker I look at the moment where I'm like, I'd love him in my team, but barring Haaland, before anyone says anything. But I look at Isaac as a potential target, and I'm like, I'd love him to play for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I'm just not seeing the same player.
I'm actually surprised, considering what player profile you love, I'm surprised that you put John McGinn in there because he's kind of like completely the opposite of what you value in a
That
player.
was a big fuck you to you.
Yeah.
No.
Because you love him, bro.
Yeah,
I love him.
It's not. I don't like the player he is, but what he was doing for Villa works.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have that same influence anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like currently, anyway.
He's rubbish.
He's not. I actually, I hate it. So I took the bait there. How do I take the bait about McGinn?
All of a sudden, this guy's not fucking McGinn's number 1 fan. He's not.
Do you know what it was? I became his fan after that tackle on the. Who was the Spurs player that he literally tried to fucking break in half?
Oh, yeah. I remember
Who was
that. Yeah.
Was it Udogie? No, it wasn't Udogie. It was one of them. He tried to
One of them.
literally
Yeah.
snap him in half. Ever since then,
He
I've been
lost
like,
his mind. Yeah.
Yeah. In like a split second, bro. I was like,
Berserker mode.
I love McGinn now.
I love it.
All right, Kez, did you want to hit us with your list, my friend?
Yeah, so I've got Casemiro, obvious. Mo Kudus hasn't really hit the same heights as last season.
What a player.
I was considering him.
Robbo just looks a step behind,
Scottish.
off the pace. Foden, I don't think he's done anything yet.
That's a good shout.
And Isaac as well, for the same reasons Alpy mentioned, like just doesn't look the same player.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Foden's rubbish.
Before you go, I think Foden looked good in the Champions League game. I don't think he's been given the same opportunities.
He hasn't started a game in the Premier League.
We spoke about it when Rodri got the ACL injury. They can no longer play Rodri into an attacking minded midfielders.
You're right.
the Kovacic and whoever Gundo or whoever it is the spot's now taken. So now you've got Savinho, Grealish, Foden, Doku, Silva.
What a problem to have.
Like these players are all sort of competing now for the same position.
Well, Gundogan and Kovacic will start majority of the games.
That's what I mean. And then you got the other players that are trying to get into the squad as well. So I think it's only normal that Foden doesn't have the same influence that he did have last season.
That's all good and well, 100% agree. But he could also, like, he's a player you can play off the wings as well. Probably not as impactful as a 10, but he's played 5 games, he got 1 assist. In a City team that scored 20 plus goals.
Yeah.
And you got Haaland there.
16 or something at the moment. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I rate him very highly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this year he's not...
Considering the
you never
season
see
that he
him
had
in a
last, it was
highlight.
just weird to just see him not even be in the team and given that chance. Like,
But I just don't think there's a spot for him at the moment.
but that's weird considering the season he had last season. Very weird.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's one of the drawbacks of Pep because he can do that. Like
he won the PFA player, didn't he?
Yeah.
He won the player of the
Like
year.
we know with Grealish as well. Like there was a period of time where he was playing really good and he was in the team every game, and then all of a sudden, just cut. We don't know obviously what happens in trainings and stuff like that, attitude wise. Like maybe it's an attitude issue. Who knows? Like, but yeah, considering the season that he had last season to not even be in the team is really, really strange.
What's your list?
Again, a lot of it was the same pretty much. Eze, Kudus, Sob, Bruno Fernandes, and I had someone that's different to everyone else. I had Robert Sanchez from Chelsea, goalkeeper.
But was he ever good to have a form dip?
He was a lot better at Brighton.
That's 2
to be
years
honest.
ago.
Yeah.
He was a third choice at Brighton.
Yeah.
Actually, to proofs in the pudding, I actually did have him there as well. Sanchez, if anyone wants to see. I did write Sanchez.
Are you sure that's not for the next thing?
Maybe. never mind.
Yeah. So, but basically, the trend we've seen Szoboszlai, we've seen Eze come up, Isaac come up multiple times. There was a few others that came up. So, I think everyone's sort of looking at the same players.
I just think it's hard to shine in teams that are playing shit. Like if you're looking to bounce off teammates, play 1-2s, like be on the same wavelength. Like if your team's not playing well, who are you going to do that with?
But you look at Parma last year. Chelsea were fucking abhorrent.
Yeah, we were
Parma looked good.
Shit. Yeah.
But Chelsea always I'm talking about like lesser clubs like Crystal Palace. Like
Parma is
still even at
that level
when they were peak shit. No, hear me out. When they were peak shit, they still had like Enzo. You're playing with Enzo, like a World Cup winner.
Oh, can we
like,
talk about Enzo?
This guy's playing with like
Let's just do
Wharton
finger.
and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's different levels still.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Enzo? Well, I just want to get your quick take on this, right? So, all up, 65-19. All up, Enzo's played 84 games for Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's played 65 games in the 11.
Yep.
You've won 21, you've drawn 19 and lost 25.
Yeah.
He hasn't played 19 games, so he hasn't started for 19 of them.
Mm-hmm.
You've won 16, you've drawn 1 and you've lost 2.
Yeah, I know. But he started every game when we were under for Potter and Lampard, correct?
Yeah.
This is that period. Yeah, that period. Anyone that started every game that period would have that sort of record as well. Because he started off coming into a team. He started off coming into a team where we couldn't win to save our lives. Like anyone that starts in that period is not going to win any of the games like that. Doesn't matter who you are.
To think out of the 19 games he hasn't played, you've won 16 of them.
Yeah,
in comparison of the 65 he has played, you've won 21.
You got to make the comparison when we start playing better now. So if he starts every game now and we start losing every game, that's when you're going to be like, yeah, fuck, maybe there is a problem.
Do you think it's
is he living up to his price tag? Probably not, but I don't think it's his issue. Like I don't think it's a football issue for him. Is he playing fantastic? Probably not. Is he playing out of position? Does he suit the system? No.
I'm still confused what he actually is as a player. Like
I don't know if he plays deeper. They just got to find they just have to find the spot for him. He plays too deep. He plays like a pivot with Caicedo, but most of the time he's at the back getting the ball from the back two and just pinging
he's not
long
a very
balls.
mobile 8, that's for sure.
Yeah. But look, if you just go watch Argentina and the way he plays for Argentina, it's like a black and white, complete different player.
That's racist. We can't say that.
It's black and white, not black. The player isn't black and white. Cut that part out. I'm gonna knock him. Berkz, cut that part out.
Leave it in.
A minute, 1 hour and 28. But no. All right, we'll go back to seriousness. I still reckon. I still reckon. Look, honest to God, if Lavia stays fit I just don't see Enzo starting many games. If Lavia Caicedo, who's he going to replace? Palmer as a 10.
So you would play Caicedo and Lavia?
Yeah. If you like, from
Because
what
for
I've
me,
seen,
Lavia has to play.
from what
for
I've
me as
seen,
well.
the 80 minutes he's played, it's been unreal. It's one of he just looks so calm on the ball, and there's no way you're going to play like you can't drop Caicedo for Enzo either. So you got to play that. You got to play that.
So you'd 100% start Caicedo over Enzo every week.
You'd put Caicedo at Lavia going forward for the rest of the season, barring injury.
Sweet.
And
That is a £120 million problem.
sorry, he'll be in the rotation. We've got
God,
plenty
Bubba,
of
get
games.
the wallet out. It's all right.
That's because he's
No, he'll be in rotation. Obviously, he's not going to start. Lavia is obviously not going to be able to play every game. He's not even, you know what I mean? He'll play one. Apparently, he's going to play once a week.
I was going to say he has to play once a week.
yeah
Can't
once
do
a-
more.
can't play
Once a
like
week
one
for the
training
rest of the
session.
year.
Yeah,
He'll play once. The same as Reece James. He's going to play once a week for the rest of the year, and he'll play 60 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have, if we want to go where we want to go, Enzo's going to start a lot of games as well because we do play a lot of games. So
fair enough. Sorry,
he's
I
just
want- I
not
wanted
really
to touch base,
effective, but he
'cause
still plays really well.
You brought up Enzo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beauty. Let's skip to our next little segment. This is an interesting one that I've been thinking about personally about Liverpool. If you could pick one player from your team who's currently struggling, who is it and what are they exactly struggling with? Like, where would you like to see improvement in their performance? We know all of our clubs have that player, the one that's not really
I thought so.
Yeah.
Sanchez,
hitting the right heights. So let's start with you, Oogie. What
so
who do you
the
think
notes-
that player is for
so
you
I've
guys?
got notes.
Domino's saying.
I've got notes. There was for that Sanchez.
Did you do any work today, by the way, or did you just spend a whole day writing
Honest,
notes
this-
for this pod?
This is the first time I've actually had time to write notes and stuff like that while I was
Champ,
making
bro,
calls.
Episode 11.
Unbelievable. First time in literally 11 episodes.
It's because I cracked that at him last week. I'm like, you guys don't prepare shit.
I honestly, it's the first time I've
Put
ever
some fucking
prepared.
effort in.
But yeah, goalkeeper, it has to be confidence for us. Because he gets overconfident. Like last week, he had that game where he literally saved us the points. Looked like fucking Gigi Buffon. This week, he looked like he's like too arrogant. He's trying to play out from the back, gives it straight to Gapgo, or whatever his name is. Every week I've got
Cambodian there. He said a Cambodian.
Hey, Dimale. Cut that out as well. Cut that part out as well.
Berkz cut.
Bok choy. Anyway, yeah, just confidence.
You don't,
He's
know,
just
you
lacking
don't understand how many times this happens every week.
Oh, bro, so it's like
By the way,
outlandish.
His name's Gakpo.
Well, who cares, bro?
So
Anyway,
is it confidence or is it decision making that he lacks?
I reckon it's one, he's overconfident. That's why he makes these stupid fucking. Every time he looks, he's like, "What is he going to do today?"
Yeah.
So it's overconfident. He thinks he's better than he is.
reminds me of Ramsdale.
He's worse, man.
It
I reckon
reminds
he's
me of
worse.
Ramsdale a lot.
In some aspects, yes, but shop stopping is really good.
So is Rambo.
But fuck, some of the shit that he does is just like, what are you doing?
It's like they can't concentrate.
Yeah,
He's pretty much like
has
Bernd
brain
Leno
fart.
as well, hey?
Yeah, he has brain farts all the time.
No, but Bernd Leno's just not good with his feet.
Yeah.
Like
Sanchez still pretty good.
Rambo
Yeah.
and Sanchez are
Yeah.
good with their feet, but they can't concentrate, or they always seem to make the wrong decision, or they take too long to make a decision.
But the thing, again, with coming back to Enzo Maresca, this maybe could be a problem in the future. He backs him. He's just like, you know what? He's going to make mistakes. This is the way I want him to play.
He's the only keeper you got though.
No,
To be fair, I really liked Petrovic last year, man.
yeah,
He's
he's
gone.
he's on loan.
He's on loan.
Yeah,
But
he's on loan.
they
Why not
interview
keep
him.
him?
He's been doing. He's had
He
back
doesn't
to
play
back.
with his feet.
Yeah, but they said he's had back-to-back man of the matches in games, and they interviewed him after the game saying, "What's your aim? You know, what do you want to do?" He goes, "I want to become Chelsea."
Hold on though.
Chelsea
Surely,
number one.
like, and I'm imagining that Petrovic is young. Surely,
He's not
like, you
young.
can develop that to a point. Like,
Well, that's
being
why they
with your
sent him
feet.
off to
Yeah.
Blueco. Sent him
So
off
you
to
can't sort
Strasbourg.
of completely write him off. Like,
No,
or
he-
is there no such thing as?
He's been playing unreal.
Do these clubs not have patience? Then they'll just go and buy a
There's
keeper
no
that can
time,
play with
bro.
feet.
There's no time to give him
Yeah.
a chance
Yeah.
and risk games and risk losses. And
Yeah.
Because bro, don't forget, 3 points is a lot of money.
Oh, 100%.
You know, like it's at the end of the big picture, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Sanchez is a good shout for you guys. I think there's a few you could have picked, but Sanchez is a good one.
We could, yeah,
Beauty.
of course, definitely.
Alps.
I just went Gabby Jesus.
Yeah.
To me, he's just not in flow state. I think a player like that sort of instinct player needs to just be in flow state to be at their most effective. And it just seems to me like he's trying too hard at the moment to make things happen. And he just needs to sort of switch his brain off a little bit and just let his football happen. But that's it. Aside from that, I don't think any of our players are really struggling too much.
Do you think he's getting a fair crack at getting into that rich vein of form, or is it like he gets given the chance but he just doesn't take it?
He gets given the chance. Honestly, I think if he scored one goal, I think he'd completely. He hasn't scored a goal since like last year October.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Yeah, it's something like 260 something days since his last goal.
Damn.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I think you can really tell he just needs a goal. But for me, ultimately, I just think he's not playing in flow state.
yeah.
And if he can go back to playing that way, which we haven't seen for a while, admittedly, if he can just go back to being a natural footballer, which I think he is, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Before I mention mine, I just want to say the one player, if I was an Arsenal fan, and I've said this to you before, it's no secret, Kiwior's got to go, bro. He's got to go.
He gets hard done by, bro.
Like, I understand the pressure of this game, you're 10 men and stuff, but like even that back pass that led to the penalty, he's just not. If you guys are going to like obviously go to that next step and win a title, he can't be in your squad, bro.
I think
Is he a good squad player?
he's a good squad. He's a good player to have in the squad, considering that how far down he is in the pecking order when everyone's fit.
Because he'd be what, number 7?
Well, he's like
back?
fourth choice left back.
Yeah.
Between the centre backs, he'd be like 6th or 7th choice centre back. So it's a player now we're having to go to. Unfortunately, due to injuries and whatnot, but I think with him, he seems very shy in everything I've seen, and the rest of our players don't really seem soft-spoken.
You have to be a cunt.
Yeah, the rest of our players all seem a little bit more, mentality-wise, a little bit more
steely. Yeah. Even like Tomiyasu, you can see he's got a bit of something about him.
A bit of confidence, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem to have any of that.
And unfortunately for him, he always seems to get put into the games in the worst fucking ways.
Yeah.
You know, like when we're down to 10 men, or he's playing as a right centre back, as a left footer. Like he's just, unfortunately, I don't think.
I almost have like this like pity about it as well, because like unless you get a consistent run of games where you get to have some level of groove, like you get thrown in, as you said, like red card, man down, and waves of pressure. Like it's hard to come into a team like Arsenal with these expectations and all of a sudden play really well. Like obviously some players can do it, like Calafiori, for example, didn't look out of place at all, but despite being a new player. But like, you know what I mean? He looks confident.
Yeah, that's
but
what
not
I mean.
every player is going to come in and do that. Some players need their arm around the shoulder, a few games in, and all of a sudden it starts to turn around. But he doesn't look like, Kezi, you're right. He doesn't look like he's going to be someone that you can actually rely on.
No.
Yeah.
But what I meant by he looks confident is he came in with the mindset that Kiwior probably hasn't. That's what I mean by when
he's good enough to be an actual Arsenal player.
That he's good enough to play in the Premier League, and that he's an Italian international, and da.
Kez, did you want to run us through your list?
Yeah, so mine, as I'm sure you probably got the same, is Robbo. I just think he's completely off the pace. He's starting to like back off as he's defending. Players are getting past him. I think a bit of it has to do with Slot's system. Like he's not bombing forward as often. So he's not, I suppose, using his like crossing ability and his technique, like to whip balls in as often. It just looks a bit of a shell of himself. Like he's not marauding forward. He's not that marauding Scottish left back that we had.
Yeah, he's not like, again, like I've talked to you about this, like seeing some of the old clips, he actually looks very sharp. They're like, obviously, like he's 30 now, so he's definitely lost a yard of pace, whether that's offensive or defensive. He has sometimes lapses in defense as well, which is very unlike him. Plus, last season's had a lot of injury issues as well. So I think he's very much like we obviously know how Klopp used to play, and a lot of the players like Henderson and Fabinho completely fell off a cliff. Unfortunately, I think Robbo's played under Klopp a little bit too much, and despite only being 30, the effects of Klopp's system, are evident for everyone to see. So he's definitely slowed down. He personally wouldn't be my choice in terms of someone that I, I think needs to improve. But he's not too far off either, to be honest, because we have been discussing, potentially other left backs coming in with a bit more energy, with a bit more, something more to offer. Because nobody will look at Robbo now and go, fuck, like I would definitely have him in my team. Whereas a few years ago, you're looking at him and going, decent shout, you know what I mean?
He'd be a good
United
backup
will take
now.
him.
Yeah, United will take anyone at the moment.
Alrighty.
Especially left back. Oh, man, they'll make Robbo captain. Far out. Just throw 300k at him. Take him. Anyway, 300k a week, by the way, not.
I actually think, and this is something else we discussed, I think if Tsimikas was good enough, this spot would have been very much up for grabs. But Tsimikas has never kicked on. He's never kicked on to a point, and this is why I'm not too keen on Tsimikas staying. He's comfortable being second. I personally wouldn't want a player at my club with that mindset. I would want someone that's going to go, he's been part of the club for a long time, he's slowing down, I'm here to take his spot. Like that's the kind of attitude I would want in a player personally. So I think Robbo's time is up. Unfortunately, Tsimikas isn't up for it to take it. So we're in this weird kind of stage where Robbo's still playing, but it should really be somebody else playing regularly instead of Robbo.
Yeah, fair enough.
My personal choice was Szoboszlai.
It wasn't Robbo.
No, it was Sob.
Why did you just talk about Robbo for 10 minutes?
Because I want to expand on Kez's point.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, Sob was my personal choice.
I thought it was Robbo this whole time.
Should we pull out the 10?
Yeah, so when we got linked with Sobbo, I was, I already knew about him beforehand from Red Bull. I was all over his clips, looking at him for Hungary, for Red Bull. Amazing technique, step overs, dribbling, shooting. Just looked like an absolute steal of a player. He's shown that in glimpses at Liverpool, especially early on in the season when he first came in. However, now with slot system being the most advanced out of the midfielders, in a position where you kind of have to produce a level of creativity, some numbers when it comes to goals and assists, I think he's really struggled. His passing's off. His creativity is off, his decision-making's off. He's looking really... And he's very much aware of it as well. Slot's aware of it. They want to work on it as a team. This morning's press conference in Leipzig, it's the first question he copped about his form. He said he definitely needs to improve and he's not happy. However, he did also acknowledge that he's doing a lot of donkey work for Liverpool, a lot of off-the-ball work, which is evident. He's the best at that in our midfield. Yeah. He's absolutely doing all the work possible. Just no end product when it comes to the final third, which is where I would like to see him improve.
Does he deserve the number 8?
Look,
still got it's big shoes to fill, bro.
This is a random conversation of
another time. We can.
I know me and Eze. Wow. Me and Kez. My brain just went crosswire. We were discussing Olise maybe for Salah's position, but I think. Now that he's gone to Bayern, I think Eze for that 10 would be perfect, maybe.
In what world do you guys sign all this, man? Come on. You don't have that pool.
And he's already gone to Bayern Munich. So.
No one wants to go to Liverpool, let's be honest.
But I know you mentioned that Sob has been the most underwhelming Liverpool signing for you personally. So I know there's in general, other fans, because we never get to talk to other fans. You guys probably think the same when you do look at that Liverpool midfield.
Or doesn't know who he is.
Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
He was in my list, bro. What are you on about?
What's his first name?
Who gives a fuck about his first name, bro? All I know, he fucking every time he plays against Turkey, he fucking plays unbelievable.
Big Dominic.
Yeah.
What's next? Do you have a quiz
for
us?
We do have a quiz indeed. We're going to cap it off with player career paths.
Are we writing them down or are we saying them?
You are saying them.
Yep. How are you going to keep track of who buzzes in?
We're going to have different buzzer sounds.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, here we go again.
So the rules are everyone's going to have
a struggles,
unique buzzer sound. There's 10 players to go through. They're current active players, so there's no ex-players or anything like that. Now, if you do make your buzzer sound and you answer wrong, you are out for that round. So you have no more goes. However, if nobody gets it right, then we'll start the whole process again until someone does. There will be hints available if needed. I don't think it was too difficult. There's only one in here that's pretty difficult, so you'll get plenty of hints for that one. But apart from that, we can get started. So, Kez, did you want to give us a unique buzzer sound, my friend?
Jesus.
Beep.
Fuck, I was going to go with beep.
Okay. It's probably going to have to be louder than that during the game, but
beep.
Beep. Alpy?
Yeah. Let's go with yeet.
But that's literally the same thing.
What, beep?
But in the
and
heat of
yeet.
the moment when everyone's going,
Yeet.
how am I supposed to know what's what, bro? Do a clap or something.
Right, and you need a short, concise, quick sound.
Okay, beep, meep.
Like you can't do yeep,
Yeep.
yeep.
My one's seep.
Are you serious right now?
Bad luck, bro. You want to do
yeep, seep.
You want to do
Can I
buzzes?
just take us back to like our third episode?
You want to do buzzes, bro? Deal with it.
Bro, our first episode, Berkz had beep, one guy had clap, another guy had snap. Like they were different, distinct.
My one's get suit.
Okay,
See,
you
by
do
the
the
time he
suit.
gets that noise out, it's already
That's
finished.
his own problem.
But I'm
No,
not
that's his own problem.
I'm not gonna get any of these answers. I hate this shit. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna start with.
Oh, you actually wanted. Well, is this the one we got? Yeah,
Yes.
it is, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, who was the player? London
Ozan
Turk.
Kabak.
Yeah, that's it. When Ozan Kabak.
Sending you a kabak.
Hit him.
Wow, I completely forgot
Kabak
about that song.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
All right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna do player one. There's not gonna be this whole thing of this many years to this many years. It's just gonna be straight club. Yeah,
Yeah. Let's
Are
go.
these Premier League?
these are all Premier League players.
All right,
yeah,
let's go.
current
First one.
active. So first player, Ajax.
Beep. Oh, I mean, suit it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guess.
Anthony.
No.
You're out. He didn't start at Ajax.
Okay. So already we've got
Who you
Alpy and Kez.
Oh, I didn't start Ajax.
Next club is Tottenham.
Oh, no, this one.
Oh,
I know this one.
yes. Ah, the centre midfielder.
Ah, beautiful. Centre midfielder did something. Oh, but I'm not talking Turkish.
What's his fucking name? Next club.
Kez, are you happy with next club or do you want to take a punt?
There you go.
Next club is Inter Milan.
Ooh.
Beep.
Yeah.
Ericsson.
Correct.
The centre
One-
midfielder.
1 point to
bro.
Kez.
I couldn't remember his fucking name. Why don't you say he had a heart attack or something to me?
That was the hint.
I couldn't remember his name.
All right. Player two, ready up.
Keep track of your points. by the way.
Club number one is Bayer Leverkusen.
I'm trying to concentrate here, guys.
Sorry, what was club number one?
Fucking ate them all.
Club number one, Bayer Leverkusen.
You're going to need a bit more than that.
Club number two, Chelsea.
Yep. Bayer Leverkusen to Chelsea. Timo Werner.
Incorrect.
Kai Havertz.
Correct.
Fuck, I completely forgot he played at Bayern.
Hey, that was when he was good. He's been shit since.
Player number three, boys. Club number one, Norwich City. Club number two, Leicester City.
Yeah. Jamie Vardy.
No.
You're out.
So club number one, Norwich City. Club number two, Leicester City.
Can we get club number three, please?
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to think about it.
No, I've got no idea. I don't know anyone from Norwich.
Club number three, Tottenham Hotspur.
Can I come back in?
No, you can't. You're out. Spurs.
So Norwich to Leicester to Spurs.
Bro, put them on a time limit because there's no other clubs. Put them on a time limit.
10,
Yeah, but you can get a
9.
You can get us a
Eight,
hint, yeah.
7,
7,
You get us a hint?
6,
5,
5,
Can you do a hint?
4.
3,
Here's a number 10.
2, 1. Beep. No, bro. What sort of a hint is that?
Madison.
Bro, hey, you can't
say
Bro, what sort of a hint is that?
But they both had the ample opportunity to.
No, come, bro. That is the easiest thing.
Two
At 1 second, you can't give that hint.
0. 2 1 0.
You're-
2 0.
Bro, how is that a hint?
2
How is it not a hint?
No, but it's way too easy.
No,
Nah,
he
bro.
doesn't-
Bro, he wears the
But
number
they
10.
had the same. But they had
I
the
had
same
no idea he
opportunity to
played at
say
Norwich,
it.
bro.
He's
I didn't know that,
worn
but
the
I
number
did number
10,
10.
for
Leicester, yeah.
2
Leicester
1
and
0.
for fucking
Let's go.
Spurs.
I don't see the issue.
Yeah,
but
that's
it
fine.
was easy.
Alpy's a sore loser. He's
easy
going
for
to lose
both
anyway
of
this
them.
one
I'm
again.
not, you made the hint way too easy.
Yeah, baby.
This guy just guessed the number 10
Player
as
number
Spurs.
4. First club is Manchester United. Second club is Arsenal.
Yep. Danny Welbs.
Correct.
Yeah. 210.
1-1.
Shut up.
Player number 5. Club number 1, Sampdoria.
Ooh.
Club number 2, Sporting.
Oh. I got no idea, but I'm just keep saying.
Going to give you 10 seconds to think about it. So it's from Serie A, Sampdoria.
Can I ask for a hint at this point?
No.
I just wanted to know the position because I think I know who it is.
No, that's at the end, bro. You can't just.
So I think this next club reveal will be a pretty big one. So I'd advise to be ready for it. Club number 3 is Manchester United.
Yep. Sampdoria.
Sporting.
Bruno.
Yes, correct. Bruno Fernandes.
Fernandes. I was thinking Ugarte initially.
Yeah.
Initially, that's what I was thinking. 2-1-0.
2-2-2.
2-2-1.
Player
it's
number
one.
6. Dundee United, Scotland. Hull City.
Beep.
Yeah.
Robbo.
Correct.
2-2-2. You know what?
It's getting pretty tense here.
At Dundee, I was going to shoot Robbo or McGinn.
Yeah.
That was what I was
100%.
thinking.
I waited for Hull.
Yeah.
Player number 7. Blackburn Rovers.
Blackburn Rovers.
Brentford.
Blackburn. And then Brentford. Brentford.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds to sit on it.
I'm thinking. Blackburn to Brentford. Fuck, I wish I knew the years. Was he in Brentford's team when they qualified for the Prem, when they got promoted?
No, you can't.
Beep. And Wemo.
Incorrect. Kez is out.
I knew it wasn't
So-
in Wemu.
I'm going to give you third club reveal. Arsenal.
Oh, yep, me. Yep, Raya.
Correct.
Wow. That was too easy, bro.
Blackburn.
Fucking Arsenal.
Yeah, he started at Blackburn, and that's where he met Inaki Kaka, the goalkeeping coach.
So this one is... Yeah. Go ahead.
So that's why they chased him for so long, and that's why when he was available, they ditched Rambo for him.
This one's by far the most difficult of the lot. However, seeing as there's a number of clubs, I also think it gives away quite a bit of hints as well. So, player number 8, his first club was Crystal Palace.
Oh, I think I know who this is.
Yes, do it right now.
Just because you said there's a lot of players.
Yeah, do it
I'm
right now.
going to wait, but hold on. Palace, yeah?
Yeah.
Give me one more club and I'm going to guess.
Southampton.
Oh, I was wrong. I was so wrong.
No, I got no idea.
I was so wrong.
First club Palace. Second club Southampton. Third club Liverpool.
Oh, did he play at Southampton? Because he did play at Liverpool. And he did play at Palace. Oh, fuck.
So we've got Palace,
I don't-
Southampton, Liverpool.
I don't know if he played at Southampton.
10 seconds before the next club reveal.
But he played at the other two. I'm going to wait because I don't think the boys are onto anything yet.
I got no idea.
Fourth club, Bournemouth.
Oh, now I'm gone.
I've still got no idea.
Now I'm gone.
Told you this is a
it
tough
was
one.
Palace
So Palace start,
Southampton.
Southampton to Liverpool
to Liverpool
to then Bournemouth.
to Bournemouth. Liverpool
What a fucking mess this guy is.
Liverpool to Bournemouth. How many players would you guys have sent to Bournemouth? And they're all current active players.
Correct.
Active right now.
Yes.
None of them are loan moves?
No.
Full transfers.
Yes.
No. Yeah, okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
last club.
Solanke.
No, incorrect. Ugi's out. So this player actually,
not a bad shout for the Liverpool to.
this player completed a circle and he's now at Crystal Palace.
Oh, right at the end, tells me where he is.
Martin Kelly.
Incorrect. Alpy, you're the only
Martin
one with a chance
Kelly.
in.
So he went from
So Palace, Southampton.
to Southampton.
From Southampton, he went to Liverpool. Liverpool then sold him to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And then from Bournemouth, he went back to Palace.
Bournemouth back to Palace. Oh, I've actually come up blank.
I know who it is.
You know who it is. Do I get a hint now? Because the boys are out.
Well, what's it? Too easy of a hint.
No.
Of course not.
Start the clock, bro.
10.
Can I give you
9.
8.
Hold on, wait. I'm the only one that's still in.
5. 4. 3.
All right.
1.
Okay. So Liverpool.
Boys, what do we think is a fair hint?
You can't.
No, this guy doesn't know who it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We get
Liverpool
10 seconds up.
It's
up.
Back in.
Liverpool to who?
We're up now.
Liverpool to Bournemouth.
Liverpool to Bournemouth, and then Bournemouth to
Palace.
Back to Palace.
Get us back
We're
in.
back. We're back. We have to be back in now. It's the 10 seconds over. Decide something.
Yeah, you guys are back in now as well.
I don't-
Nathaniel Klein.
Correct.
Thank you.
fuck yeah, he didn't even cross my mind.
I didn't even know the fuck that is.
So it's
I just wanted him out.
well, what about points? What about points?
3.
So we've got.
2.
I'm going to go from player 1. So Kez has got 1.
Yeah,
Ugi's
3,
got 1.
3, 2.
Ugi's got another one. So Ugi 2. Alpy 1. Alpy 2. So 2, 2, 1.
Yeah,
Then we got Kez
2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2.
And
Then we got you. So it's 3, 2, 2.
and then 3, 3, 2.
3, 3, 2. Yeah,
3,
that's
3,
where we're
2.
at the moment.
So we've got 2 more left, yeah?
2 more left.
Beautiful. I can win this.
So player number 9.
Technically, you can.
Starting club is Barnsley.
Oh.
Barnsley.
God damn.
Second club is Barnsley to Everton.
Barnsley to Everton. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Third and final club is Everton to Manchester City.
Yep. Nathan Ake.
Incorrect.
No, he wasn't at fucking
Alpy's out.
Everton.
So we've got
Oh,
Barnsley,
I went too
Everton,
early.
Manchester City.
And he's active.
John Stones, baby.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I can win this still. Yes.
I got the
3.
Yeah.
3, 3, 3.
John Stones, Everton legend.
We've got one. Everyone's
Yeah.
tied. We've got one more player.
Oh my
This one's
God.
worth double points.
I gave that one away for the
So
tension.
player 10.
Double points. Why? It's
Why?
just whoever
Should
gets
just
it
be
wins.
Whoever gets
It's
the
3,
wins,
3,
yeah.
3 anyway.
Okay, fine. Player number 10. First club, or is Chelsea.
I can't just guess because it's just Chelsea.
Second is Physio Room.
Reece James.
Correct.
He actually won. That's ridiculous. See what I'm saying? This shit that I have to do.
Is that the actual last question?
Yeah, that is the last question.
Yeah, that can't be the last one.
I didn't think it'd be this tight. You guys are all 3-all, so nobody wins.
Alpy is a serial
This was
loser.
a meme. This one doesn't actually count.
No, this one finishes
100%.
3-3-3.
No,
I reckon think of another player.
No, that's done, bro.
Brother, what club is Physio Room?
Thanks, guys. I'm winning.
What club is Physio Room?
I'm winning. Thank
Bro,
you.
what club is Physio
I
Room?
refuse to play this game.
You know
now.
what?
I am the champion.
No, let's go. No, I agree with Alpy. Let's go sudden death.
Piss me off.
Oi, boys. I'll put together one more. And that's a sudden death one.
Yeah, go on.
Whoever wins that one wins the
I'm
lot.
out for everyone. I don't give a fuck. Sudden
Yeah,
death, no sudden death. I'm out.
Fuck off. Give us a proper one for me and Kez. If the real fucking actual brains behind
I'll
this
sit
game.
here, but I'm not. I refuse to take part. I'm already win. I'm the champion.
Take that shit down too.
This is for fucking second place.
Get fucked.
This was second place. I don't care.
Hurry up, think of a player, or I'll think of one.
already got one.
Oh, go.
Okay.
What'd you throw?
Sticky taste.
All right. So we're gonna go Exeter City.
Exeter City. I don't
We're
even know
gonna go
This is
for
second place. Let's go, boys.
Brentford.
Come on, boys.
We're gonna go for Aston Villa.
Let's go. Come on. Silver medalist.
Yeah.
So Exeter City, Brentford
Where is Exeter City?
In somewhere in England.
in Exeter.
Is it in England? Okay, thank you. Never heard of it in my life. So what?
So England.
Yeah.
So Brentford and then Aston Villa.
Exeter, Brentford, Villa.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he was one of the main people responsible for Brentford's promotion that year, which was
Look, I know I'm not a part of it, but can I just guess as well?
Championship. Yeah, go on.
Nah. Then that means I'm included. I don't want to.
No, go. Come on.
Thank you, guess.
I know who it is, but I'm
Go
the champion.
on then.
Who is
So
it?
I'll let you two go.
Have you seen his phone?
I haven't seen it. I haven't.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Nah, I want you guys to go have a chance.
So who is it?
Who is it?
I want you guys to have a bone.
You know what?
Win it.
Only a
Actually
bone.
win it.
Win it.
I did win it.
Win it properly.
Actually win it.
I won it. But anyway, keep going. Is that the last one? Is that Aston Villa?
that's the club.
Is that Aston Villa? Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck, I forgot who plays where.
Exeter City, bro.
from Brentford.
Nah, I got no idea. But let's go. Let's see if you guys can guess.
Is Brentford thing? Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brentford to where? Villa.
Yeah.
I got no
I'm just going to
idea.
give one hint.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to say is offensive.
Brentford to Villa. Brentford to Villa. And he was responsible for getting. Don't show Wood. It was just going to guess it now. Wood doesn't even know who the player is.
I know.
Is it a well-known player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll guess. Yeah, Ollie Watkins.
Correct.
Hey, well done. Second place.
Fucking. did Ollie Watkins play at Brentford?
Yeah, he did for a season.
Wow.
And then they bought him
That's
immediately.
ridiculous.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So he was the one that brought him up from the
So
from the
technically,
championship.
with double points, I win. 5, 4, 3.
You didn't win shit, bro. I know. I'm the people's champ.
Yeah, you are.
We're gonna wrap it up there. Hope you guys enjoyed this
Just quickly
latest episode.
before we go, I just want to read out David Raya, Trent, Van Dijk, Gabby, Mosley, Skelly at left back, Grav, Rice, Trossard, Nelly, Havertz, and Salah. Combined 11 for both teams. Thank you. See you later.
Who?
Bro, I can't believe Havertz even starts in that team.
Havertz
Actually,
is
he does.
starting
Because
number
Jota is injured.
No,
So I
'cause
would start
Havertz is
Havertz.
better than
His front three is better.
I would
Havertz is better than all of them. Yeah, that's it. We're done. See you later.
Saka,
We're
yeah,
going.
that is
middle,
true.
bro.
But
There
I think,
goes.
no, wait, sorry. Calamari and Saka are both not playing against
Calamari.
Our players,
Yeah,
our
apparently
players
they're
out is Odegaard, Saka, Timber, Calafiori, White, Tomiyasu.
It's a big list.
Fuck.
They're the players that are out for this game. But Saka and Calafiori.
Do you blame Riad for that?
No.
Okay.
Because Saka and Calafiori aren't confirmed.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We've got to sign off properly,
Oh, yeah,
goddammit.
sign up properly, man. What are we
You
doing?
did, Lon. That was you.
We just got up and you're like, all right, we're done.
I was done when I won the game, but I feel like I'm getting dragged back into it. But
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 11. Thank you to Kez for
Thanks,
coming
Kez.
down. Thank
No
you
problem.
to
Thanks
Alps,
for having me,
Oogie.
boys.
was
Yeah,
actually
we'll
fun.
see you guys next week. Share, like,
had a good
subscribe,
laugh.
and we'll see you next week.